They both serve 1 pound.
You should have 2 bell packs, 1 for each headset.
Okay.
No, I don't have a video feed for them up here. Go do what you gotta do.
Guys, we have 15 minutes until kickoff.
Tonight's pregame concert consists of a Pattonville fight song, One Wisconsin, followed by the Hay song.
Hey, Randy, you know what?
Getting you anything.
3. 1, 2, 3. Testing. Hello. Yeah. Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, that's what we're gonna use for answer.
Testing. Testing. You hear me? Testing. Testing. You hear me?
Up is on.
I did both. Testing. 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 Testing.
And now here come those Pirate Boys. Let's meet tonight's starters on defense. Number 4, defensive back, Charles Shelton. Also playing defensive back, number 6, David Ellison. Number 7, Aaron Webb. Linebacker, number 10, Dakari Streeter. Also a linebacker, number 16, Hayden Lazier. And linebacker, number 27, Donovan Trott. At defensive back, number 33, Jerome Barber. Defensive end, number 44, Isaiah Wilkes. Defensive lineman, number 51, Bobby Bailey. Also on the defensive line, number 55, Mario Rowland. And defensive lineman, number 99, Wesley Johnson. Hey, let's also meet your Pirate coaches. Head coach Steve Smith, assistant coaches Kent Booth, Christian Brisner, Antonio Bryant, Victor Fink, Don Greco, Travis Harris, Scott Hauser, Stephen Jones, Daryl Langston, and Corey Lewis.
Can anybody confirm that announcers are at their table? Yes, they are. We're in close around area. All right, will you, camera one, if it's possible, how many, they're just within a few feet of me, camera three. Okay, ready to take 2. Well, here's the deal. It is 6 till, almost 5 till. We need to go live at 7. I have no
how far can you go?
I haven't run it out yet, but probably about 50-yard line.
Okay, because after at the Pattonville coach has agreed to speak with us.
Okay.
So at the half, I guess we'll have to go as far as you can go because he goes off that way, and I'll have to like grab him, not physically because that would be weird.
Well, and maybe more if we stick to.
The plan.
Check.
So is this me?
Hello. All right. So this is me.
We're just not going to utilize that.
Is Iris on 4? Okay. But I will try.
The results of tonight's coin toss to be tonight's official.
The Bommarito Automotive Group High School Game of the Week as the Pattonville Pirates host the Kirkwood Pioneers. Hi, everyone. With Demetrius Johnson, I'm Randy Carricker. Great to have you with us for week 2 of our games and week 3 of the high school football season. We'll head downstairs and hear from Angela Sharp later in the telecast. But, DJ, these are a couple of teams with good storied programs, and Kirkwood has another outstanding start. They're off to a 3-0 campaign so far.
No question about it. When you talk about these two historic teams, man, they got a lot of history behind them. Pattonville is a very good team. They're solid. They know how to play. And Kirkwood is just an elite team. They know how to win games. They know how to play within themselves. This should be a very interesting contest.
Pattonville has a senior quarterback who has a chance to play on Saturdays. His name is Caleb Ellaby, and we saw him as a freshman.
No question about it, and that's amazing seeing how he's grown up over the years. He's very mature. He's going to have to make mature decisions and be able to read the defense and not give the game up by just throwing the ball away. He's going to have to be smart, run the ball, and just be very precise on what he's doing.
And everybody who has seen the Kirkwood quarterback, Ryan Kreishley, loves his abilities. He has thrown for 696 yards and 8 touchdowns and only 1 interception so far this season.
And he has a rocket on, big fella. He could throw the ball downfield, pinpointing. He's very good. I like his poise in the pocket and being able to read defense. His kid right here can be a special player.
And a familiar name on the Kirkwood offense, Macklin, number 2. Jairus Macklin is the cousin of the now Baltimore Raven Jeremy.
Yeah, well, if the bloodline is any good, you can believe he's going to be a big-time player, making big-time plays.
And we are almost set to go here at Pattonville. This field, these facilities are terrific in Maryland Heights. They have been for a long time, and their program under Steve Smith really has done great work. And we remember coming here back in the days of Don Greco, who's back as an assistant coach and their freshman coach.
It's just amazing how times change, and you don't know the impact you're making on somebody's life until it happens. Don Greco was his head coach, Coach Smith head coach. And you see the influence he had on him. Now he's the head coach, and Don Greco is out assisting one of his former players.
The Kirkwood Pioneers will receive the opening kickoff. They come into this game with a record of 3-0. Their head coach is Farrell Shelton in his second year at Kirkwood after an illustrious career at Eureka. And kicking it away for Pattonville will be Taylor Womack, the senior. Womack steps into it, and we are underway. A short kick that's going to come down inside the 20-yard line, and Kirkwood will bring it out. And carrying it out near the 30-yard line is the Kirkwood return man. Kirkwood's offense is led by their quarterback. We mentioned him, Ryan Crashley. At running back, they have Tyreek Lewis and Armand Tyndale. The receivers, Tobias Mace and Trevian Mosby, along with Jarris Macklin. And their offensive line left to right is Robert Lee, Chase Kilb, Tyler Peck, along with Jack Kavanaugh at right tackle and Jack Kanzler, their left tackle. So Kirkwood, a powerful offense, and they will be a force to be reckoned with for this defense of the Pattonville Pirates. Crashley, the quarterback. And as most schools do, he looks over to the sideline to get the call. And they're going to run it on first down, and getting stopped very quickly in that Kirkwood backfield is Tyreek Lewis. Let's look at the defense now for the Pattonville Pirates. The defensive ends are Isaiah Wilkes and Bobby Bailey. The tackles are Wesley Johnson and DeAndre James. At linebacker, Hayden Lazier, Dakari Streeter, and Denovan Pruitt. Aaron Webb and Charles Shelton are the corners, with the safeties being David Ellison Jr. and Jerron Barber. And they're going to get a pass out to the right side, incomplete. It'll bring up third down now for the Kirkwood Pioneers.
That was excellent coverage by the D-back. Does a great job in squeezing the receiver, not allowing them to get past him, taking away that nice zone. Great defensive play.
Trevian Mosby was the intended receiver. So now it's 3rd and 9 for Kirkwood. Mosby will split out to the left side. It'll be Macklin out to the right. Crashley, the quarterback. And he is going to throw to the right side, and this one is caught and knocked down on a great tackle by Pattonville is the running back Tyreek Lewis.
Well, that was a nice tackle coming up from the defensive backfield and goes low, bring down a running back because he was going downhill, excellent position, coming up, making a nice play.
The punter for Kirkwood is into the game on 4th down, and he will boot it away. A couple of return men back for Pattonville. And it is a good kick to the middle of the field and taken at the 35 and knocked backwards and knocked down almost immediately after a return of, give him 4 yards, is Pattonville's Jerron Barber. Caleb Ellaby will be the quarterback for the Pattonville Pirates. He's thrown for 755 yards and 6 touchdowns this year with 1 interception. Both of these offenses, DJ, are pretty prolific, and both quarterbacks have done a great job so far this year.
No question about it. I mean, Caleb is a nice player. If he plays within himself, he can be real big time.
He has an empty backfield, 3 receivers to the right side, 2 to the left. And Ellaby is going to throw, as you might guess, on first down, gets it to the right side, incomplete. That one was intended for Charles Shelton IV.
That's the guy who they want to get loose. They want to get Charles Shelton, number 4. I mean, he's a speedster. You give him some space, he can take it all the way to the house. So you got to just be smart. Get him the ball and let him make a play.
2nd down and 10. Shelton splitting out as a wing on the left side. Once again, an empty backfield. Shelton will go in motion, and they will give on the end around to Clarence Shelton, who tries to find an avenue and turns it up a little bit. A flag is down. Shelton picking up enough yardage to get back to the original marker, and we'll see what the flag is.
Yeah, I think they're going to call holding on the big tackle that came out, and it seemed as if he had the defensive end held and not allow him off.
And that's exactly what it is. So it'll remain second down. It'll be second down and 20 for Pattonville.
Well, talking to Coach Smith from Pattonville, one thing he talked about is not making a lot of mistakes, playing under control, and not beating yourself. And you beat yourself when you give big yards like that, penalties against yourself.
Ball's going to be marked at the 25-yard line. So it's going to be second and 25. They need to get to midfield. Ellaby is going to split three to the left side now. And showing blitz is Kirkwood. And another flag flies, and the Pioneers might have gotten into the neutral zone.
Well, they call that against Pattonville.
It's a false start against the Pirates, so that'll make it second down and 30.
What I found interesting, when you come like that and you make the defensive line jump, it seems as if that'd be on the defense, rather than the offense.
The old flinching rule.
Exactly.
Ellaby has Barber in the slot. He is back to throw, looking to the right side, and this one is incomplete. And Ellaby has not been able to connect so far. That one was intended for Cameron Macon.
I think in this game, it's a big game for them. Kirkwood is one of the premier teams around. Pattonville know that they need to play at a high level. And you get anxiety going early. Keller needs to just slow down and calm down and make the plays that we know he can make.
Third and very long for the Pattonville Pirates. And they're going to give up the middle. And the running back, David Ellison Jr., with his first run of the game. But he doesn't get enough nearly for a first down, and another flag flies. And we'll see what the penalty is. Let's see if
I'm Kirkwood, I'm going to decline
Yeah,
this.
I would too.
Yeah.
And let's see if they do. Farrell Shelton is the head coach of the Kirkwood Pioneers. We mentioned, DJ, that he had such success and here's the call, holding against Pattonville is declined. Shelton had such a great career at Eureka, moved over here, and we talked last week about some of the games that we did at Eureka where their offense would throw the ball maybe twice in a game.
Yeah.
They've opened things up under Farrell Shelton at Kirkwood.
I had an opportunity to talk to Coach Shelton before the game and ask him his philosophy, that you was a pound and ground type of player, a coach at Eureka, and he talked about, hey, at Eureka, those are the type of athletes we had, and that's what we had to adjust our game to. But here at Kirkwood, we got some various athletes who can run, jump, and do all these other things, so we can do more of a spread, a very creative offense.
Jimmy Boswell gets it away, and this one's going to bounce down to the 35-yard line, and the Pioneers get it, tripped up and brought down immediately on a good special teams play is the Kirkwood return man, Trevian Mosby.
Well, that was a nice play by Mosby. He comes up and does a great job in bringing down the return man.
So now Kreishley and the defense will get their second opportunity for Kirkwood.
And if you're Kirkwood, what you're going to do, you're going to come out in the spread set, three receivers, and play not fast, but play wide open football and try to put a little more pressure on Pattonville.
Three receivers to the right, one to the left, a single setback for the Pioneers. Kreishley is joined in the backfield by Tyreek Lewis. Now coming in motion is Tobias Mace. And this is going to be Mace trying to turn the corner. Can't find a hole, and he is brought down. Jack Cavanaugh was blocked right into him, and Mace couldn't get anything.
That was a great play by the defensive end. He maintained the integrity of a line of scrimmage and kept everything inside, and that's what you're supposed to do. You don't have to make a tackle if you're the defensive end. You got to contain it and bring it back inside to the pursuit. Great job by Pattonville.
A loss of a couple on the play, second down and 12. Kreishley with Lewis in the backfield with him. And he is going to throw to the left side, and this is Mace. And this time, Mace is able to pick up yardage. He thinks he should have gotten more as he pounds his fist on the ground at the 42-yard line. He was brought down there. More good play by that Pattonville defense.
No question about it. That was an excellent play because the receiver had only one guy to beat. He beats Mace. He's taking that baby to the house. That was a great tackle by the safety coming up in a wide space and trying to make a play.
3rd down and 4. And Chrisley is going to get Lewis, and Lewis tries to find a hole. Can't. He's dragged down from behind. And good work by Donovan Prott, the linebacker. Let's go downstairs to Angela on the sidelines. All right, thank you, Angela. And here is the kick. Bounces inside the 20-yard line, and Kirkwood will down it at the 19. And that's where Pattonville will start their second possession of the game with a scoreless contest. 8:06 remaining in the first quarter here at Pattonville.
Although there's no score in this game, Pattonville got to be feeling pretty good because their defense thus far the game has been able to step their game up and not allow Kirkwood, because Kirkwood can score points in bunches and score points fast. So right now, Pattonville's got to be feeling pretty good, but they got to do something offensively and put a little pressure on Kirkwood.
That'll be the quarterback. Trips to the right side for the Pattonville Pirates. And the single setback, that is David Ellison Jr. And here is Ellison finding a hole, trying to get back to the original line of scrimmage, and he does. He's able to pick up a couple on first down. And Pattonville would do well to get their running game going. With as good as that Kirkwood offense is, especially their passing game, you want to keep the ball out of the hands of their offense.
You're 100% correct on that. But the running back, although he didn't get about 3 or 4 yards, he showed a lot of patience on that. He took his time, picked the hole, and got up there. That was a really nice run.
On second down, Ellison again, and he's out to the 25-yard line. He picks up a yard, and it'll be 3rd and 5.
I like the philosophy of Pattonville right now because they're needing to settle it down and control the ball, because you don't want Kirkwood getting the ball back quick because they can score in bunches. Slow it down, kind of play a half-court basketball game on football court. Just slow it down on the field, run the ball. Now you can come back with some play actions or do some arrow routes with the running back coming out the backfield.
3rd and 4. And LB's going to throw. He gets it away to the right side, and it is caught. And first down pickup and more by Larry Washington. Larry Washington came into this game with 9 catches for 119 yards and a touchdown, and gets a first down for Pattonville there.
I like the design on the play. Washington, they clear the area for him. Washington run like an arrow route, get it to him, wide open down the sideline, makes a nice gain. That was a well-designed play by Pattonville.
Ball is at the 44-yard line. Ellison again up the middle, and he breaks tackles across midfield and down into Kirkwood territory at the 41-yard line.
Nice blocking by the big dogs up front. And I tell you what's interesting, when you're talking about this Pattonville offensive line, they're all healthy now. At first they had 2 players not playing on the offensive line, and they're back.
Tobias Mace may have saved the touchdown there. First down, Ellaby and Pattonville. Throws to the right side, and this one is overthrown and incomplete. That was intended for Washington, too. So it'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Pirates.
Well, when I talked to Coach Smith, he was saying, hey, man, we're going to see our offensive line gel all summer. You know, we played together. We had some injuries. The starting center thumbed. The left tackle had an ankle injury. Now they all in full force, and you can see they maintain the line of scrimmage right now.
Ellison is dragged down, gets away from a tackle, and a good job by the Kirkwood defense to get back and bring down Ellison. Making the initial contact was Averill Ferguson, the defensive end.
That was a nice play, big fella. I mean, the end comes off, makes a play, bounce off to the runner, gets back up and make a play. That's when the coach tell you don't quit on a play.
We have an injured Pioneer down on the field. And we'll get a number for you for that player. And I agree with you, DJ. I think Pattonville has to feel pretty good about the way things have gone, and now especially with the way their offense is performing here on this particular possession. If they can pick up a couple of first downs, keep that Kirkwood offense off the field, that's a real positive for them.
And that's what Coach Smith said earlier. He said the key is keeping Kirkwood offense off the field. How do we do that? We got to maintain long possessions. If we can do that, we have a chance to slow this game down and keep Kirkwood within a situation where we know we can win this game.
David Young leaves the field, the defensive end, after the injury, and he's able to leave under his own power. And it's going to be third down, 3rd and 15 for Pattonville.
Liking what Pattonville is doing. I mean, the offensive line, yeah, you can kind of tell they back and then full force because they're doing a very good job in keeping that very physical and quick defensive line of Kirkwood from being in the backfield on a consistent basis.
And the other thing they're doing to neutralize that Kirkwood defensive line is they're forcing that Kirkwood defense to play in the nickel or the dime pretty much the whole game because they've got 4 wide receivers, 3 to the left this time. Ellaby is going to roll and throw deep down the left side, and this one is incomplete.
My goodness, no, he didn't. No, he didn't, big fella.
Oh, yes, he did.
No, he didn't. Oh, my goodness. If you're talking about winning this game, you cannot afford to drop that kind of pass. Wide open, take that baby into the house at 6 if he catch it. Oh, my goodness.
In the hands of Jerron Barber, and he just couldn't hang on.
That's how you can look back later in this game. If Pattonville loses this game, Randy, they'll look back on this game and say, oh, wow, that was an opportunity.
Now Boswell will kick it away to Mace. And here's the boot. Mace will take it at his own 5-yard line. Tobias Mace tries to make a move, spins, and is buried at the 6-yard line. So bad field position for the Pioneers, but they dodged a bullet.
Oh, my goodness. That is a play you got to make. I mean, it's no excuse on not making that play. I know he was thinking that he needs to run before he catch it. No, you need to catch it, then run. That can come back and haunt this Pattonville team.
And Kirkwood is so capable of turning it on and making a big play. You hate to put the ball back into their hands, especially after a play like that. And here come Kreishley and the Pioneers.
Because that was a well-designed play by Pattonville.
Two backs for the Pirates, or for the Pioneers, rather. And on first down, they are going to run it. And that was Clay who was able to get it across the 5 near the 10.
I like what they're doing. I mean, they're really playing strong up front, the defensive line from Pattonville.
Gain of a couple. On second down, the Pioneers. Kreishley with his 2 tailbacks in there. And they're going to roll out to the left side, and Clay is going to get it out across the 10 near the 15-yard line. But not enough for a first down for the Pioneers.
A flare pattern to the running back coming out of the backfield, and what you're telling your running back, let's see if you have the ability to outbeat that defensive back and outmaneuver him, and that's just athlete on athlete. Good tackle by Pattonville.
Adam Zergas in the backfield along with Clay. And a throw over the middle is caught And this one might go.
Yes,
This
sir.
is Tobias Mace. And Mace inside the 20, inside the 10, and into the end zone for the touchdown.
Whoa.
86 yards for Kirkwood.
Yes, sir, big fella. That's what we talked about. We talked about the pioneers. They are pioneers, cutting down trees, my man. That was a big-time play. It's a slant pattern. The defensive back came up on it. He took a gamble. He missed the ball. Mace gets the ball. Take that baby to the bank. Cash it in. 6 points. Big-time play.
And so the Pioneers are first on the board here with 4:43 left in the first quarter.
Are you on time with the director? Ask her if you got all cameras.
Sam Bodie will try the extra point. And the kick is good. Their kicker is Nick Williams. Nick Williams with the extra point to make it 7-0 in favor of Kirkwood here at Pattonville with 4:43 remaining in the first quarter.
And let's go back to that play. I mean, let's go back to the play, previous play, when the Pattonville receivers wide open drop the ball, take that baby into it for a touchdown. You got to take advantage of those great opportunities. Pattonville didn't take advantage of it. Come back with Kirkwood. Run just a nice little slant pattern. The defensive back gambles. He used the wrong hand trying to knock the ball down. He misses the ball. Receiver take that baby into the bank and cash it in for 6. Big-time play. That's why we said look back on that play of Pattonville. Look on the play of Kirkwood. Kirkwood can score fast. Pattonville got to take advantage of all the opportunities they get and cash it in.
So now Pattonville will get the ball back. Sanders is back deep, along with Sanderson. And this kick is going to go into the end zone, and Pattonville will start deep in their own territory after the touchback.
Wow, I'm going to see how Pattonville come back from this, man. It should be a very interesting dynamic in their mindset, and that's the key. It's just not if you can play with a team, if you psychologically feel you can play with this team. You know Kirkwood is very good. They can score at any point and any moment of the game. But now let's see if Pattonville could come back and try to get something on the board, a field goal or a touchdown. They need to answer Kirkwood. This is about building their confidence.
Ellaby has Ellison in the backfield. And he's going to throw on first down, and this one is caught. And coming up with a big gain is Sanders, and he is out across the 45-yard line. So a nice pickup there for Charles Shelton. Shelton with the catch and the run.
That's exactly what Coach Smith told me. He said he needs to get the ball into number 4's hand. Charles Shelton says Shelton can make plays. He's got a lot of speed. You got to stay consistent. Can't make any mistakes. Can't have any penalties in this drive.
First down play from the 45-yard line. Ellison up the middle. And he is grabbed from behind and brought down. Great job of form tackling there by Kirkwood's Arvell Ferguson, the defensive end.
But I tell you what, Pattonville would take that all day, get a 5-yard on a play easy. If they can get 5 yards on first down, that really takes a lot of pressure off Kellum because it gives him an opportunity to have some options. He can come back with a screen. You can come back with a slant. You can run it. He has a lot of options.
Closing in on 4 minutes left in the first quarter. And turning the right corner and picking up the first down is Jerron Barber. So Barber gets his hands on the ball for the first time since that incomplete pass.
I like the play call. I mean, it's just what we call a fast run, a jet sweep coming to the wide side of the field and let your athlete make play. I like the jet sweep. I like the athlete making the play. Good job by Pattonville.
Pattonville moving the football here. Now it's just a matter of getting it into the end zone. Ellaby, standing at midfield out of the shotgun, is going to throw to the right side, and this one is caught and racing into the end zone for the touchdown.
That's
They're
it.
going to call him
My
down
goodness.
at the 1 yard
Give
line.
it to him, big fella. Let the young fella get in the end zone. Hey, man, I thought that was it. That was a beautifully thrown pass by Caleb to the receiver. The receiver catch the ball with 2 hands and explode down the sideline. Outstanding play by the Pirates.
The big catch made by Derek Boyce III, the senior. And now the Pirates will try to punch it in from the 1-yard line. Looked like he got in there.
I thought he did. There's no replays in high school, but that's because he got in there.
Now quarterback sneak. And a touchdown. Touchdown Pattonville, and they can tie this game.
That was huge. And I'm going to tell you why it was huge. That allowed Pattonville to keep the confidence that they could play with Kirkwood. They had to come back and make a statement that we're not scared of you guys. We know you're big time, but we're just as big time too. Great reaction, great response by Pattonville.
Desiree Adams will try the extra point. Snap, hold, kick. And we are tied at 7 apiece with 3:27 left in the first quarter, and a nice response by Pattonville.
Not only a nice response, a great response. But let me tell you something, folks. That person just kicked the field goal, the extra point. That's a female. We have a female field goal kicker and a PAT kicker.
That's her 9th extra point of the year.
No doubt about it. She's out. She's 9 for 11. That is big time. I'm telling you what, don't tell me no female can't play football. We got a young lady out there kicking the ball. You know who can use her? The East St. Louis Flyers. They can use a kicker like her, man. Wow. Unbelievable. Great job.
Taylor Womack will kick it away, and Kirkwood will get the ball back here. Back deep are Jackson Fortner and Justice Johnson. And this is going to be Fortner from the 5-yard line across the 10-15. Jackson Fortner trying to find a hole. He does. He puts his head down, crosses the 20, and gives the Pioneers a few more yards, and that's where they'll start on first down from the 22-yard line.
That was good coverage on the kick, and I would tell you why. The receiver tried to bend it all the way across field. The backside pursuit from Pattonville had to be at home and make that play. Stayed at home, protect their outside. And what I mean, not allowing the receiver or the return man to get on the outside. So they always tell you keep everything on your inside shoulder. That was very good coverage by Pattonville.
A big touchdown pass to Mace of 86 yards the last time Kirkwood had the ball. Let's see what they do here. And throw to the right side, and that one's incomplete and almost intercepted. That pass was intended for Cornell Young, and he could not hang on.
That was a real interesting play. The quarterback take it like he's running an option with the running back, put it in his belly, takes it out, run down the line of scrimmage, and then throw it to the receiver. I've never seen a play like that before. Very interesting.
Trips to the left side, one to the right side for Kirkwood. Now Kreishley sends a receiver in motion and hands off up the middle. And there's not much there for the tailback for the Kirkwood Pioneers.
That's the old school play right there, man. That's the old school Sumner misdirection that Grambling started years ago, and Sumner came out with it, going in one direction and come back to the other. But good pursuit by that Pattonville defensive line. Bobby Bailey is doing an outstanding job maintaining that.
Tyreek Lewis was the ball carrier. He's still in there. And we will send it downstairs to Angela after this play for the Pioneers. Lewis in the backfield along with Clay. And a throw is going to be incomplete. That was intended for Trevian Mosby, and he could not catch it. Let's go downstairs to Angela.
Here, Angela Angela Sharp down here on the sidelines with the Pattonville cheerleaders. You know, Kirkwood, they won state last year, but right now the score is tied 7-7. And Pattonville cheerleaders, who do you think is going to win today? I'm going to be down here on the sidelines, keeping you up to date on everything that's going on and finding a Lion's Choice Family of the Game. Send it back to you, TJ and Randy.
All right, thank you, Angela. And from the 40-yard line, here's Shelton. And Shelton is wrestled down, and it'll be at the 40-yard line for the Pattonville Pirates. A good defensive stand for Pattonville in not allowing Kirkwood to get a first down.
Yeah, and that's what Pattonville needed. You know, you needed to stand up strong and fight through this Kirkwood offense because Kirkwood is so explosive. Pattonville's got to now take advantage of every opportunity. When they get the ball, they got to put something on the board because you better believe Kirkwood is going to score again.
Ellaby, the quarterback, Ellison in the backfield with him. And Ellaby under pressure is going to be sacked. He is brought down by the Kirkwood defense. The first one to make contact with him was Tyreek Lewis.
Man, that's a nice play by Lewis. I mean, he comes up, beat the offensive lineman, and just make a play. That's how you do it. When you're coming off something like that, man, you got to get up front, make a play, and get him down. Great pressure by Kirkwood.
Loss of 5 on the sack. It'll be 2nd down and 15. Larry Washington will be wide to the left side. And to give up the middle to Ellison. And Ellison is able to pick up a couple of yards, but it'll be 3rd and long as Ellison only was able to get 3.
And I can understand the Pattonville play calling on that because they don't want to do anything to hurt themselves, but they got to play aggressive. Pattonville got to play aggressive. This Kirkwood team's going to put at least 21 points on the board. You got to play aggressive. And if you lose this game, it's okay, but you cannot play conservative against Kirkwood.
Washington and Barber split out to the left side. They'll actually have 4 receivers starting off to the left side in this formation. That was Ellaby that was out with his receivers. So you have number 2 Washington, number 33 Barber out to the left. Ellaby takes the snap, rolls and throws deep down the left side, and this one is incomplete.
Goodness.
They had another one. This was
me.
intended for Derek Boyce, and he could not track it down.
Big fella, tell me that didn't happen again.
It just
Tell me it didn't happen
wide
again. Wide
open.
You can't win a game like that, big fella. You just can't. You got to see the ball. It's there. Oh, my goodness. I don't know how many times Pattonville is going to get that opportunity. They had 2 scoring opportunities. Receiver drop it. Now this receiver cannot see the ball. I don't know if it's the game. I don't know if it's the lights. I have no idea what it is, big fella. But they better make an adjustment if they're going to beat this Kirkwood team.
Now Pattonville will kick it away again. Back to receive. This kick is Kirkwood's Macklin. And Macklin is able to speed to the sideline, but a good return as he takes it out to the 25.
I was first saying, I shouldn't return it. He should return it. Then I said, oh, okay. He should return it. But let's go back to that play. Every time Kellop, the quarterback for Pattonville, rolled to his left, for whatever reason, the secondary of Kirkwood is coming up. And that's allowing the receiver to go past them, and they wide open, not catching the ball. That is 2 touchdowns. They should be up 21-7. And I'm talking about Pattonville. You cannot continue to blow those kind of plays in this game.
33 seconds remaining in the first quarter of a 7-7 game here at Pattonville. The Pioneers of Kirkwood and the Pirates of Pattonville. Kreishley, the quarterback, is going to hand off inside. Lewis, and Lewis is stacked up and brought down. That defense, especially the defensive line for Pattonville stacking him up and knocking him back.
That was a nice play by Bobby Bailey. He comes down and flattens down the line of scrimmage and maintain the integrity of the line. The nose tackle come down and smash from the opposite end. Very good defense by Pattonville.
And the Pioneers will just let the clock run down here, and that will end the first quarter. We are tied at 7 at the Bommarito Prep Zone High School Game of the Week at Pattonville here on STL TV.
Work through this, you're a pro.
Thanks, brother.
You're a pro. You're a pro.
Thanks. So are you, man. Doing it. You tell me when you want me back. Just tap me when they want me back. Thank you.
Orthopedic Center.
The Bommarito Prep Zone game is sponsored by Dr. Nathan Mall of the Orthopedic Center of St. Louis. Dr. Mall is a fellowship-trained sports medicine surgeon specializing in athletic injuries. Dr. Mall uses advanced, minimally invasive techniques and the newest biological treatments to individualize treatments to your activity level and injury. To schedule an appointment with Dr. Mall, call 314-336-2555. 314-336-2555. Second quarter just underway here at Pattonville. Kirkwood and the Pirates are tied at 7. Kreishley, the quarterback for the Pioneers. He has two backs with him. Clay is number 5. Lewis is number 4. Splitting out to the left side is Tobias Mace. And a throw to the left side to Mace. And Mace is surrounded and brought down at the 28-yard line.
Nice defense by Pattonville, Randy. I tell you, Kirkwood know they got some very good athletes. They know their receivers are fast and athletic. They're trying to just throw almost like just a screen or a bubble screen and telling their players, get downfield and make a play. You can do that when you got athletes like Kirkwood.
And we have an injured player down on the field for the Pioneers. Looks like a cramp, DJ, and it's a nice cool night here, but that still happens with players all across the country. When you're as active as they are, that's going to happen.
And that's a good sign, knowing that it's a cramp. I tell you what, you can cramp up and it can be very painful for a long time. But he's jogging off the field, and that's good.
That was Tobias Mace who made the catch on that play. And it'll be 4th down for Kirkwood, working from their own 33-yard line. Going back to receive the kick will be Shelton along with Jerron Barber. And the kicker and punter, Mr. Versatility for the Pioneers, is Nick Williams. Williams set to boot it away. And here's the kick. And this one is going to go to Shelton at his own 37-yard line. Shelton bursts through. Shelton has one man to beat inside the 20 into the end zone for the touchdown. 63 yards by Shelton. And he gives the Pattonville Pirates the lead. Clarence Shelton, the 4th, with an electrifying return for a touchdown.
Yes, sir. Big-time players making big-time plays and big-time games. Charles Shelton, you're a big-time player. And I tell you what Coach Smith said in the game, we got to get the ball in the hand of Charles Shelton, number 4. He's a speedster. He can make plays. He can make things happen for our team. If we have a chance to win, it's going to be on the back of our big-time player. And he just made a big-time play.
We haven't seen many players over the years, DJ, and you and I have been doing games and Kirkwood games for a long time. We haven't seen many guys that can outrun the athletes that Kirkwood has, and he just did.
No doubt about it. So now I can see why Coach Smith was so excited about having him get the ball in his hand. Shows some unbelievable acceleration. Man, he got there from 0 to 60 in no time, big fella. He put it in low gear, took that baby to the bank and cashed it in. Big time play.
Extra point is good to make it a 14-7 lead for the Pirates. And now they'll kick it away. And I would imagine that Kirkwood, and they don't feel desperation very often, DJ. They aren't behind very often, but I would have to believe that there's a little bit of desperation now for the Pioneers.
Well, I don't think so because, it's still early in the game. I mean, it's only the second quarter. Early in the second quarter, you got 3 quarters to really go in this game. So I don't see that big of a panic right now because Kirkwood knows they're going to get the best punch from the teams all over the place. So this is not unfamiliar territory for them.
Here's the kick and an onside kick try, and
wow.
Pattonville, let's see if they got it.
Man, they had it, big fella.
They
had
sure
it.
did, but
Oh.
Kirkwood winds up with the football. Boy,
Well,
they did have it.
I'm going to tell you something. I like the call.
That was a great call.
I like the call. That's what I'm talking about, Coach Smith. Play to win, big fella. Play to win. Love the call.
Now the Kirkwood offense will have good field position. It is a great call unless you don't get it.
Yeah. I mean, if Kirkwood score, you and I are going to be saying, oh, that was a terrible call. But I'm telling you, I like the call. I like to play to win.
Kirkwood from their own 44-yard line. Tyreek Lewis in the backfield with Kreishley. They split a couple of receivers out to the left side. Trevian Mosby and Cornell Young the fourth. And also on the field now for Kirkwood is Martez Jones. Jones, number 26, leaves the field as they make some moves. Cooper Wise checks in. So 3 receivers to the left side. Wise, number 16. And they're just going to give it to the tailback, and he's going to burst through the middle and pick up good yardage. That was a good job by Mosby.
I talked about early that Pattonville needs to respond to Kirkwood. Kirkwood now needs to respond to Pattonville. Mm-hmm. They got to make a play on this series. They got to get some points on the board in order for them, to keep their confidence.
Kreishley is going to hand off. Or no, he's going to throw, and he is sacked. Brought down. He carried out a nice fake to Tyreek Lewis, and the Pattonville defense was able to slide in and bring him down.
You know what I like about that play? Pattonville never lost their discipline on defense in that play. They did a very good job maintaining their integrity and staying back, because there's an interesting play like a draw, and you're trying to allow the defensive backs to come up and throw over top. They did a very good job staying home.
Lewis in the backfield with Kreishley. Justice Johnson in motion. Kreishley's going to throw, and he's going to go over the middle, and this one is overthrown and incomplete, intended for Justice Johnson.
Well, you see how fast Kirkwood can strike. I mean, that was a nice throw. I mean, that was an overthrown ball, but it was a far throw, Randy. You can see they have the ability with that speed and quickness to get right back in this game.
It'll bring up a 3rd and long for Kirkwood here, 3rd and 15. Remember, Kreishley got sacked on first down. Three-man front for Pattonville. And they have a dime package in there for the coverage of the 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Kreishley is going to throw. Under pressure, gets it away, and this one is intended for Lewis and falls incomplete off of his hands.
I tell you what, Kirkwood is, they got receivers open down the field. The quarterback, they doing a good job. They had a receiver right in the middle of the field that was open. Quarterback wasn't able to see him, but you can see the Kirkwood's going to get that rhythm back. I mean, it's still a lot of time to go in this game.
Let's see what they decide to do on 4th down here.
I'll be surprised if they don't punt it.
Johnson is in. And he is going to quick kick. And this ball is going to fall inside the 10, inside the 5, and it'll be down by the Pioneers at the 5-yard line. And so it'll be Pattonville football at their own 5-yard line. They lead 14-7 with 10:09 remaining in the first half.
And if Pattonville, if they want a chance to win this game, Randy, they need to continue to step on top of it. And it's going to be very interesting to see if they still play aggressive.
Let's throw it downstairs to Angela.
Hey there, I have Chantel with Harris-Stowe State University with me, and something really special is happening in Harris-Stowe State, right?
Yes, it is. We are celebrating our 160th year of offering a quality education.
That is amazing, 160 years. What do you attribute that to?
I attribute that to great education, great teaching, great college. I think everyone should try it.
I love that. Now, why did Harris-Stowe State University want to be a sponsor of the Bommarito Prep Zone Game of the Week?
We would like to be a sponsor because Harris-Stowe State University believes in providing a holistic development in young people. This is a great opportunity to be invited to the Bommarito Zone Game of the Week. We can see these great students, student athletes. They have great spirit, and hopefully they choose Harris-Stowe as to further their education.
I just love that. Now, if somebody's out there listening and they want more information on Harris-Stowe State University, what can you tell them?
You can email www.hssu.edu/connect. You can call 314-340-3366.
All right, there you have it. We're going to send it back to Play and DJ and Randy.
All right, thank you, Angela. And a first down by Ellison of Pattonville. And the Pirates, DJ, are really keeping the ball on the move here.
They really are, and that's what they need to do is maintain the ball, not let Kirkwood get the ball. If you can slow the game down, take a lot of time off the clock and get some points, that's exactly the remedy of beating a very good Kirkwood team.
Ellison again. And he's able to outrun one defender, but not the second Kirkwood defender. Another gain by Ellison. But he was tracked down ultimately by Stefan Cameron.
Great recovery. I'm thinking he's about to take that baby down the field, make a nice play. The DN comes off that play and still flatten down and make the play because the running back was getting around the outside of that corner. However, he was able to respond, the DN, and make a nice play.
2nd and 9. And this is the tailback up the middle and getting spun down, and short of a first down is the Pattonville tailback. That was Sanderson. DJ, I think one of the things that we'll see as this game goes along further, the Kirkwood defense uses an awful lot of players. They really rotate a lot of guys in, and if this game winds up being one where it's really physical in the second half, I think Kirkwood will have an advantage because their defense is not going to be worn out.
Yeah, you're right, and that's the beauty of this Kirkwood defense. They have the ability to substitute as many players at any time and keep them fresh, and that's what you want to do. You want to keep them fresh and continue to attack, and now you can be a little more aggressive as the game go on.
After the penalty, it's going to be 2nd down, and let's call it 18 for the Pirates. That'll be an empty backfield. Gets rid of it in a hurry, and it's low and incomplete, intended for Sanderson, and he never had a chance.
Well, he had an opportunity because it was an open route. He comes out and runs a slant route, and he's open. The quarterback, Kellop, he needs to slow down and just deliver the ball. He's got a very good arm, strong arm, and can throw. Just maintain the integrity of the ball and slow it down, get it to your receiver, and let him make a play.
Ball is marked at the 12, and they need to get to the 30 for a first down. And they're going to run it. And this might get them the first down pretty darn close. A good run by Ellison, the tailback.
That was a great run by Ellison. Showed some unbelievable speed, bouncing that baby around the outside, taking it downfield. I'm thinking he's going to get a first down.
He almost had it. He's 3 yards short on.
But he also gives some breathing room now to be able to punt the ball.
3rd and 18, and he picked up 15.
Yeah, that was a good run. Wow, that was excellent. But when you get opportunities, you got to take advantage of it. You cannot allow this Kirkwood team, the Pioneers, to stay in this game. You had 3 opportunities. You got to take advantage of it because Kirkwood is going to score.
Boswell is the punter. He'll kick it away to Armand Tyndall. And Tyndall will watch it bounce and go inside the 25 and out of bounds. So Kirkwood will take over at their own 24-yard line, down 14-7 with 7:19 remaining in the quarter. And I have to believe that the Pioneers are a little bit disappointed with the way their offense has produced so far.
Well, yeah, they are. However, you got to give credit to Pattonville.
They played well.
Pattonville's playing well defensively. I mean, the defensive line of Pattonville with Bobby Bailey, they have really stepped their game up and playing very physical and able to maintain that line of scrimmage. And that's what you need because Kirkwood is going to score. You can bet your bottom dollar Kirkwood is going to put some more points on the board.
Pioneer offense taking the field. They're going to have Clay in at tailback here with Kreishley, the quarterback. He's going to throw on first down and let it go. And this one is going to be a big gain on first down. It is Mosby. And Trevion Mosby is across the 45 and up to the 49. So a gain of 25 yards on first down.
That's what Kirkwood does. I mean, that's who they are. I mean, give him a ball, let his athletes make play. Those are the Mosby. Mosby get upfield, makes a nice play. Outran the secondary. The corner, the safety comes up with a bad angle. A guy like Mosby, you got to be balanced and you got to be direct on your attack of a great quick receiver.
Another first down play for Kirkwood. And the quarterback is going to run it himself and takes it down to the 45-yard line. Gain of a half dozen on the play for Kreishley, the quarterback.
I'm going to have to call him Houdini on that one, big fella. I have no idea how he got through there. I'm thinking that hole is clogged up. He comes bouncing out of that hole. That was good vision on his part to be able to get through there.
From the 45-yard line of Pattonville. And it's going to be Kreishley again up the middle. And this time he is down inside the 30-yard line to the 30, and that's where Kirkwood will have it first down.
Yeah, Coach Sheldon saying, okay, we see something here. Let our quarterback, he don't run often like that, but let our quarterback do some things, take a little pressure. Now what that's going to do, that's going to make those linebackers come up when he put that baby in there right and take it out, and he's going to come right over top with a play action.
Now he's going to give up the middle to his tailback, and Clay is able to pick up a yard, maybe 2.
Sometimes when you're watching a game, you question, well, why does the coach continue to doing that? Because you're trying to set a play up. You give it to your running back. You let your quarterback take it 2 times in a row. Then you come back, you feed it to your running back in the same run direction. Now you can come with the same action and play action pass and throw that baby downfield.
Clay in the backfield with Kreishley. Going to throw to the right side. This one is caught. And taking it down to the 20-yard line is Kirkwood, and the catch by the running back Tyndale.
And what makes that play so hard to maintain is because you ran those same play action, that same action. Now you're coming off and you run into the receiver, throwing it to him, and he's quick enough to make a play.
There's a give to Clay, and he is surrounded and brought down. A loss on the play for Kirkwood. And that'll bring up 4th down.
That was a nice play by the big fella, 55. I mean, he's flattened down the line of scrimmage, man, bam, makes a play. That's what you got to do, flatten down the line of scrimmage, make a play. Big-time play.
Kirkwood going to go for it here on 4th down. And now we're going to get a timeout on the field. 4:34 to go in the first half. And the Pioneers facing a big 4th and 4 here. And it'll be interesting to see what they do, whether they put it in the air or they decide to run it with the quarterback again.
Yeah, but if you're Kirkwood, I'm thinking I'm going to throw it to one of my speedy running backs or receivers coming out the backfield and make the linebackers have to match up with them. What needs to happen, you got to get the big boy Mario rolling to make a play. I mean, he's got to come off like the play he just made and make another big play like that. The D-line got to put that pressure up front, big fella. Mario Rowland needs to make a play.
Farrell Shelton and his staff giving the instructions to the quarterback, and Steve Smith on the other sideline and his staff trying to come up with the way to defense them on 4th and 4. The ball is going to be marked right on the 25-yard line, and they need to get to the 21 for the first down.
I like this. I like coaching strategies. I mean, you're thinking on defense what he's going to try to do. Offensively, he's saying, I know they're going to try to anticipate this. Let's do this. If I'm Coach Shelton, I'm going to throw my running backs coming out the backfield, Randy. I'm telling you, they are so good and so elusive. That's the play I like to see happen. I like to see if your athletes, your linebackers are quick enough to guard my running backs coming out the backfield.
Lewis will be the single setback. 3 receivers out to the left side. And movement, and let's see who moved. I think it was the left end for Pattonville. And it is, and that is a first down for Kirkwood. They hand him a first down on 4th and 4.
You don't need to do that one, big fella. I mean, Kirkwood don't need any help. They're pretty good. They can do it on their own. That's why you got to, hold your water.
No doubt about it.
You can't anticipate the snap. You got to look at the ball if you're on that D-line and move when the ball moves. And they do drills moving with the ball.
Clay and Tyndall in the backfield. And they're going to throw to the left side, and this one is caught. And inside the 5 and knocked out of bounds.
That's big time. That's big time.
That was a terrific play, a great catch
That's
and
big
run
time.
by Cooper Wise.
Cooper Wise, oh, you're a wise man, Cooper. Oh, my goodness, that was a wise play, big fella. Big-time play, make big-time plays. Players make big-time plays in big-time games. That was a big-time play. Great catch, Randy. Gets it, takes it upfield, makes a nice play. And that's what you need to do. Make nice plays like that, taking it in the end zone. Great hands, great acceleration. Outstanding play by Kirkwood.
And the extra point try that will tie the game. And it is up and through, and it is good. It is a 14-14 game. And let's throw it down to Angela.
Hey there, I have Marcus from Elite Football Academy. We just got a tied 14-14 game going on. Who does the Elite Football Academy work with out here?
Oh, man, we work with so many kids. A lot of kids from Pattonville. We used to train a lot of kids from Kirkwood, not a lot this year. But we trained their quarterback last year, Reese Gardner, was a kid we've been training since he's been like 7th grade. You know, we trained Caleb Ellerby over here, the quarterback for Pattonville, Mario Rowland, Dakari Parker, Charles Shelton, my God. and Bobby Bailey. Bobby and Caleb have been training for us for years. I mean, the coolest thing in the world is for us to actually get out here and watch them play. Because a lot of times we see them in their own environment, like in a vacuum, right? Where we just see them in training. We very rarely get to actually see them put things out, you know, on the field and see their confidence level and see how that training crosses over. And it's just the best thing in the world.
Well, I love that. And you said you worked with Goddard since it was 7th grade. How young can someone start?
Oh, man, we have kids that are coming in at 6 years old. Little kids never seen a football before in their entire life, come there at 6 years old and try to just learn how to get the grip right, you know, get their footwork right. You know, if they're on defense, just learn how to get into an athletic stance. You know, small things like that. A lot of techniques that a lot of guys take for granted. The little kids learn quick. I mean, they're like sponges, man. They're awesome.
Well, if there's a parent out there who wants to get their kids started, or even maybe a high school student who wants to improve a little bit, how can they get in touch with you guys?
Well, I mean, look us up online at elitefootball.net. We do a lot of training on Sundays and Wednesdays, you know, during the off season, and not during the year. We don't do Wednesdays, but we do Sundays almost all year round. You just come check us out online. Come in, give us a call. I mean, anything. The first time's free, first trial's free. Position specific, any position you guys want, and you don't have to do one the entire time. You can switch them around each time you come in. Just a great way to learn the game of football and the skills and the fundamentals that a lot of time coaches don't have a lot of time to teach. You know, and it's because they got a lot on their plate. I mean, it's not an easy thing being a football coach, and we have a unique opportunity to just get back into the skills side of it and ignore all the X's and O's, just work on developing kids' individual ability and their confidence to do, you know, what they need to be able to do on the field. So.
Well, I'm going to put you on the spot. We got a 14-14 game, 4 minutes going into half. Who do you think is going to win this game?
You know, this game has been dominated by big plays. We've had one sustained drive. You know, oh, God. See, you know, Kirkwood's defense is good, but Pattonville's explosive, man. They got a lot of good.
He's not going to give us an answer. We're going to send it back to Randy and DJ.
All right. Thank you, Angela. On second down, Ellaby to throw down the left side, and this one is caught.
Oh, man.
And another big play for the Pirates. Down the sideline and finally tracked down. A great catch and run for Pattonville.
Wow, I'm telling you what. Now he's got to take that to the house, big fella. You can't get tracked down, man. You can't get tracked down.
Boswell was tracked down by Armin Tyndall and takes the ball inside the 10-yard line.
Wow, that's a big play right there. Kirkwood defense has just missed a tackle. When you miss a tackle like that, when you're by the sideline, you got to use the sideline as your friend. Force the receiver to the sideline. Receiver breaks it, takes it down for a great yard. Now they add some unnecessary penalty on there too. Wow, big time play.
First and goal for Pattonville. And they've got their big formation in there, the big old elephant formation in the direct snap out of the Wildcat and trying to get down to the goal line, and almost there is Boswell.
You know what I never understood, and all coaches do it. Let me tell you what I don't understand. I never have understood why coaches go with big packages on a goal line. I don't know why you don't just keep it spread out, and you still have those running. You have the same running lanes that you have if you're in the middle of the field. And it makes it a lot more difficult for the defensive team to defend it. But when you bunch it in, it's like you're minimizing yourself. And the thing you can do now is just go straight ahead or outside.
Boswell is at quarterback again, this time running left, and puts his head down and gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Boswell scores, and the 3-yard touchdown run gives Pattonville the lead back at 20-14.
I give Pattonville credit. They're responding every time Kirkwood make a big play. Pattonville comes right back and make a big play. The defense, both of these defenses are pretty good, but they are giving up big plays in this game. Pattonville is showing a lot of resiliency by responding to a very explosive Kirkwood offense.
After scoring the touchdown, Boswell will hold at the 10-yard line. Desiree Adams with the extra point, and it is up and through and good. It's 21-14 Pattonville with 3:12 remaining in the first half.
Kick the ball, Desiree Adams. Kick the ball, young lady. That's what I'm talking about. She might be my big-time player, making big-time plays in big-time games. A girl is kicking PATs and field goals. And I'm going to tell you, folks, I saw a great East St. Louis football team recently play, a team out of Louisiana. East St. Louis can use Desiree Adams as a kicker.
So now Pattonville will kick off.
When I look at the Pattonville coaching staff, they have 3 coaches that all played. The defensive coordinator, Corey Lewis, played at Pattonville. Victor Fink played at Pattonville. Antonio O'Brien played at Pattonville. And the head coach, Steve Smith, played at Pattonville. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Playing in high school and having 4 coaches that played under Don Greco, also played in high school. Man, that's great. That'd be just a great feeling.
Here is the boot. This is Johnson from the 10. Justice Johnson across the 20. And Johnson is hit and dropped at the 24-yard line. And so Kirkwood will take over with 3:06 remaining in the first half. Down by a score of 21-14.
And talking to Coach Sheldon, he told me in order for them to win this game, they got to have ball control. They got to be able to keep Pattonville off the field. And right now, Kirkwood has not had the ball control, throwing the ball downfield, big plays in this game on both teams. So, it's going to be interesting if they can maintain the drive and take a lot of time off the clock.
I would think Kreishley will be throwing the ball a lot here, but he's going to run it himself on first down, and he crosses the 30 to the 34-yard line, close to a first down for the Pioneers.
That's been a very nice play for them. Every time he keeps the ball, he's able to make a play. I like it.
They give him the first down. Wise split out to the left side. He scored the touchdown on the last Kirkwood possession. And this is going to be Kreishley, the quarterback, again across the 40 and out to the 42-yard line. And his running has really caused some problems for the Pattonville defense.
Yeah, you're 100% right. He's been able to belly the ball in the belly of the running back and take it out and take it up, become a running back himself, and made nice gains every time he's taken the ball and kept it.
The 2 running backs run into each other. Here's a pass down the right side, and that one isn't held on to, and it's incomplete.
Although the 2 running backs ran into each other, the receiver still was open. The ball was overthrown. If he could have thrown that ball, the receiver had a nice alley right there in that slant to make a nice pickup.
Jones and Clay collided in the backfield. I saw that one time with the football Cardinals back in the day. The 2 tight ends both went in motion, one on the right side, one on the left side, and they ran into each other right in front of the quarterback.
Well, just almost like we just saw.
Yep. Jones and Clay in the backfield. This is a big 3rd down play, and this is going to be Clay, who is wrapped up and driven backwards and brought down. Isaiah Wilkes, the defensive end, read that play and drove Clay backwards, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Nice play. That was a big-time play by Kirkwood. Flattened down. The defensive line is playing pretty good up front. They're playing excellent football right now, this first half of Pattonville. And if they can maintain it, this game can go down to the wire. Very good defensive stand on that series by this Pattonville team.
The Pioneers expend their first time out. That defensive line for the Pattonville Pirates, Bobby Bailey and Isaiah Wilkes are the ends. Wesley Johnson, 6'3" and 240. And DeAndre James, 6'1" and 290 are the tackles.
And thinking about this Pattonville team, Coach Smith, Randy, was the first all-state player out of Pattonville. And it was in 1992-93, he was the first player to be all-state at middle linebacker for Pattonville. I'm like, wow, that's amazing.
That's impressive.
Yeah, it really is. because, Pattonville has had some nice players over the years.
Yeah.
And for 1992-93, for Coach Smith to be the first one to make All-State is unbelievable.
Good for him, and they have turned out some really good players over the years. Let's go back down to Angela.
You never know who you're going to find on the sidelines of a football game. I got Jay Phipps from a Hot 104.1. What are you doing out here?
It's lit. I'm just out here supporting the Kirkwood versus Pattonville. The game is almost sold out, man. I just don't know what to do. I'm happy.
You're happy out here. You guys have been going from football game to football game with the most students who call in and want you to come up there, right?
Yep. You can just visit our website, Hot1041STL, by Wednesday, and literally we'll just pull up at your school, hand out Powerades, and just support.
And just support the team. So today you're here at Pattonville. Are you supporting Pattonville or Kirkwood?
Can't say, but it's more Pattonville. They came up to the radio station yesterday. We always give them on our interviews every week on a Thursday with one of our DJs. Her name is Tropicana. So every Thursday we do that for the players as well.
I love it. Can somebody follow you on Instagram, Facebook, that kind of thing?
Yep, you can follow me at JPhipps. That's F-I-P-S at JPhipps.
All right, follow him, stalk him, find out where he's going to be, and maybe we'll see him again next week. Thanks so much. Back to you, Randy and DJ.
All right, thank you, Angela and Jay Phipp, and a great defensive play as Kirkwood was going for it on 4th down, and now Pattonville's going to take over with a minute and a half left, 1:33 in great field
Randy,
position.
that's not Sheldon, Coach Sheldon. He's not normally a conservative coach, big fella. He's getting Pattonville very good field position. I'm surprised that they went for it at 4th down. Not because it was 4th down, because it was 4th and long.
And where it was on the field.
Exactly. Wow.
Ellaby is going to throw as they're going to try to score here, and they do complete the pass. That is caught by Shelton at the 20-yard line.
Sheldon's a nice player, man. I'm telling you what, he's stepping up his game today. He went low to get that ball. It picked it up before it hit the ground. That was a great catch by Shelton. That was a very difficult throw by Ellaby.
Now the officials are going to go and move the ball back. We had an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against Kirkwood, so they're actually going to move the ball up here. Let's see if the official was okay, roughing the passer against Kirkwood, and they're going to move it up. You would think. The ball was down at the 20. So let's see what they're going to do here.
Hey, the umpire, they call him the Godfather.
Yeah.
He said he got that years ago, over 25 years ago, and he was at a game, and a coach said something, and he looked at him and gave him the look.
Mm-hmm.
He said the coach got nervous, and after the game, the coach came up to him and said, "You're now the Godfather." And that stuck with him for the last 25 years.
Isn't that amazing?
Wow. Coach Smith got to be feeling pretty good right now.
Yeah, especially now that he's got the ball at the 10-yard line with 1:26 to go. All right, here's Ellaby out of the shotgun, and the clock rolls, and he's going to roll left and throw into the end zone. A wide open touchdown.
Wow.
That didn't take long for Pattonville. And Shelton scores to give Pattonville what could be a 2-touchdown lead.
I tell you what, you talking about the combination of Kellogg and Shelton. It's been what they say, dynamite, big fella. The two guys are playing big-time ball. Shelton is showing a lot of explosiveness. Kellogg is showing a lot of patience and being able to make good decisions with the ball. That was the question coming into this game. Can Kellogg play with very good control and show patience? He's doing an outstanding job leadership today.
And the extra point, no good, and so the score remains 27-14.
That's my fault, man. I wasn't watching her. I jinxed her, man. I shouldn't have said she was an outstanding kicker. I should have just said, good kick. Oh, my goodness. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Desiree Adams. I did that one.
So now it'll be interesting to see the approach with 1:19 left. Kirkwood has 3 timeouts left, and I would have to believe that, especially because they've scored on big plays, they will try to get the ball into the end zone. They aren't going to just sit on it here and come back after the half.
Well, you know what? I would be surprised if they don't sit on it. If I'm Coach Sheldon, I know we got an explosive team. We down, almost 2 touchdowns, but the game is still here. We got a whole half to go. I'm going to go ahead and run the clock, run the ball out, come back out, and be ready to play. That's what I'm going to do if I'm Coach Shelton.
Womack will kick it away. Jones and Fortner are back deep. And this is going to be a squib kick, and it's going to be taken by the up back. And getting good yardage is Armin Tyndall, who carries it back near midfield.
Well, I don't understand why would we squib kick it?
Not at that point. I think inside a minute, inside 40 seconds maybe.
Yeah, why would you squib kick? I mean, your coverage team has been doing pretty good all day. So I'm not going to squib kick it. I'm going to kick it deep and say go down to cover. Now you've given Kirkwood an opportunity, because I'm thinking Coach Sheldon is going to take his time and just try to run. Now he can be aggressive throwing the ball downfield.
And he has 3 timeouts. Kreishley, the quarterback, has Lewis in the backfield with him. And we're going to have a timeout on the field.
Well, let me tell you why that's
by Pattonville.
Yeah, well, let me tell you why that's so huge. Because now you give Pattonville an opportunity. Pattonville gives Kirkwood an opportunity to be aggressive. If Kirkwood get a score going into halftime, guess what happens? It gives Kirkwood a lot of confidence and gives them the momentum coming out in half.
No doubt about it.
You want to keep the momentum if you're Pattonville going into halftime.
And I'm sure they wanted to be organized defensively, and that's why they called the timeout.
Well, I think you're giving Kirkwood an opportunity to really develop whatever special play that you can think about, and you're going to run that play. Because I was going to kick it deep and let my team go down there and cover, and then we're going to say, let's play aggressive defense, and hoping that Kirkwood takes the mindset of we're just going to get out of here at halftime and come back and just play our game and stay in this game.
Here is Kirkwood. Kreishley throwing to the right side, and that's incomplete. That was intended for Macklin, and he couldn't hang on.
Yeah, well, Macklin was running before he catched the ball. You can't make anything happen unless you have the ball in your hand. Catch the ball, get downfield, and make a play.
1:09 remaining. The clock stopped. That'll bring up second down for the Pioneers. This one over the middle, and this one is caught. A terrific catch, but another great defensive play, too, as Travion Mosby was able to make the grab and pick up the first down.
That was a nice catch by Mosby. I mean, the defensive back was all on top of him, and he still was able to concentrate and bring the ball in. That was a really nice catch.
Another timeout called. This one is a Kirkwood timeout, their first.
Well, if I'm Kirkwood, I'm going to be a little more aggressive throwing downfield, Randy. May flood some of the zones, make the running back. The running back play has been very effective by Kirkwood coming out in the arrow routes. I'm going to do an arrow hook, meaning I'm going to bring my running back out as an arrow like he's going to the sideline and hook him back up inside, right inside that linebacker and that safety, what could be a nice pickup. I do that at about a 20-yard roll and let that happen. Then I'll go aggressively throwing it to the end zone. With a minute and 3 seconds to go, I'm going to run an aggressive offense if I'm Kirkwood.
1:03 remaining in the quarter. 27-14, and Pattonville has made big plays to take the lead by 2 touchdowns here.
Yeah, and it's interesting because Kirkwood, they're a big play team, and Pattonville is a team that's been making the big plays.
Actually under pressure, and he's sacked. Bailey was in there. Also, Dakari Streeter, the linebacker, coming through on the blitz to get him first.
That's a nice play. Have your linebackers get up there and make a play. One sitting back, because Kirkwood had the same philosophy and the mindset that I had. Play aggressive, go downfield, throw the ball downfield, and that takes time to develop that play.
Kirkwood keeps the clock running. And that'll bring up 4th down. So they will run the clock down. They will most likely take a timeout and then boot it away with about 15 seconds remaining in the half.
Well, you know what? You're 100% right. If I'm Pattonville.
There's the timeout.
If I'm Pattonville, I'm going to go for the block.
Sure.
I mean, because you don't have none but we get 15 yard if you rough the kicker. But then you won't have none but a few seconds to go in the game. You have to throw in the end zone. But I'm going to be aggressive, tell the guys, do not rough the kicker, but let's go aggressively defensively and try to block it.
Ball is marked at the 43-yard line. And the Kirkwood offense has had fits and starts. They really have had a difficult time getting anything sustained going. Pattonville has had much more sustained offense tonight than Kirkwood has.
And that's been surprising because Pattonville is a team that's been kind of playing sporadic and not playing as consistent. They're playing a very consistent game. And I guess the competition, sometimes your players bring their game up to competition level. And not that they have not played some great competition. They got strong competition that they've been playing. And what's interesting, you're able to go in this game and play at a high level.
Here's the kick, and it'll go out of bounds at the 20-yard line. And so Pattonville, with 8.8 seconds left, will most likely just take a knee and go into halftime with the 27-14 advantage over the Kirkwood Pioneers.
Well, we've been saying that. I'm not going to put anything past anyone in this game. You know, and when I talked to Coach Smith today, he was telling me, Randy, that they got to play like 9 teams that's ranked in the state. And when you talk about you're playing teams like Eureka and playing Kirkwood, Vianney, oh my goodness. I mean, they are loaded. So 9 teams they play, 5 of them are in the top 10 out of the 9 teams. That's big time.
That's very impressive. And if you can get out of that juggernaut of teams, that group of teams, you'll have a team that's primed for the playoffs. There is the end of the first half, and a 27-14 lead for the Pattonville Pirates over the Kirkwood Pioneers. And we're going to wait for Angela to track down Steve Smith, whose club has the 27-14 advantage. And let's go down to Angela with the head coach of the Pirates, Steve Smith.
Hey there, I got Coach down here. Coach, I remember you from last season. Positive, happy guy. 27-14, you have a lot to be positive about going in there. What's working for you tonight?
I'll tell you what, the kids are just executing their assignments. You know, we've been preaching to them all week. Forget last week. Let's worry about the next play, and then look at this thing at the end of the game. So.
All right, well, you are ahead. Is there anything you want to improve on as you guys go in there?
We got to improve our pass defense this half. Somebody wants to pop stuff. But, yeah, we got to improve our pass defense the second half, and we need to make sure we continue to rally, run to the football, execute on offense, and see if we can finish this thing off.
I love it. Well, good luck to you, Coach. Thank you. All right, back to you, Randy and DJ.
All right, thank you, Angela, and thank you, Coach Smith. 27-14, Pattonville leads Kirkwood at halftime from Pattonville on the Bommarito Prep Zone High School Game of the Week on STL TV. Second half here at Pattonville, and the Pirates with a 27-14 lead will get the ball to start the second half. With Demetrius Johnson, I'm Randy Carricker. Great to have you with us on our Bommarito Prep Zone High School Game of the Week, and this should wind up being a barn burner by the time all is said and done, but this is a big possession for that Kirkwood defense. The kick goes into the end zone, and so Pattonville will get things started at their own 20-yard line. And DJ, that second quarter was owned by the Pirates. And as I mentioned, this is a really big defensive stand for Kirkwood.
Yeah, you're right. And I'm looking to see if Pattonville can continue to come out and play aggressive and play within what they were doing in the first half. Can you still maintain that consistency? Kirkwood, on the other hand, they got to get some pressure up front from the defensive line. And every time Caleb, when he rolls, they got to protect their back end on the back end deep route, and that's what's beating them.
Caleb Ellaby has Ellison in the backfield with him. That's Shelton in motion, and they're going to run it on first down. Ellison across the 25-yard line, and he takes it out to the 27. So a nice pickup of 7 yards on first down for David Ellison Jr., and that's exactly the way that Steve Smith and Pattonville wanted to start the second half.
I'm going to put an asterisk right here by Kirkwood, and I didn't think I'll be ever doing that against a Kirkwood team. But this drive and this series of downs are going to be very important for Kirkwood to stop Pattonville and not allow them to get any points.
That'll be to throw. Now he's going to run up the middle, and he has the first down and more, 35 to the 40-yard line, and he'll be bounced out of bounds at the 41-yard line. Chasing him down before he went out of bounds was Armin Tyndall for Kirkwood.
What's been impressive by Caleb is that he's making good decisions. He's not forcing the ball downfield. He's not forcing anything. He's playing within himself, and when he plays within himself, he's a pretty good player.
Ellaby on first down from the 41-yard line. Four-man front for Kirkwood. And keep an eye out for Shelton, who's a slot on the left side. First down play. Pattonville certainly is capable of being aggressive. We saw it in the first half. They're going to go with Ellaby again, and this time he's going to be wrapped up and brought down. A flag flies. We might have a holding penalty there. Avril Ferguson was able to get his arms around Ellaby, the quarterback and runner for Pattonville.
Yeah, that's like almost a miscommunication on that play. The quarterback and the running back. When you're running that read, if that defensive lineman is coming up and going to take on that fullback, you take the ball out. That time the defensive lineman comes up and then really aggressively go after the back. So the quarterback really didn't know what to do. He had it in there deep enough, but he had to take the ball out, and he kept the ball. It got caught behind the line of scrimmage, and also a holding penalty.
Holding penalty against Pattonville, and that'll move the ball back to the 30-yard line. It'll still be first down. They have to get to the 49 of Kirkwood for a first down. So it is 1st and 21. Ellaby out of the gun is going to roll, and he's had success rolling left tonight. He throws, and this is deep down the left side and incomplete.
Kirkwood did a better job that time. That play early in the first half, every time he rolled, the opposite field behind him, the back receiver would come across and be wide open because the defensive backs would lose their discipline and come up, and the defense and the receiver go right behind them. That time, they stayed back and they stayed with their men. Good adjustment by Kirkwood defense.
In that first half, Pattonville missed two big opportunities, one to Jerron Barber, another one to Derek Boyce with the quarterback rolling left. Now on second down, Ellaby under pressure, gets it away. This one is caught. This is Ellison. And Ellison spins to the 40-yard line, and it'll bring up a third down at 11 for Pattonville.
I like the call. That was a nice, safe call that time. Good blocking up front. Receiver gets the ball in a nice inside screen, gets up front, makes a nice turnout. Now it's a manageable, although it's third down and 11. You had second down and 25. Now you're in a manageable situation, and you can get 11 yards.
Once again, a four-man front for Kirkwood, not showing blitz on this 3rd and 11. Ellaby to throw, good pressure. He is going to be sacked. He is sacked, and a great job by that defense. And Avril Ferguson, who's been active tonight, gets the sack of Ellaby.
That's a big-time play. You got to give kudos to the secondary. Secondary does a great job in staying with the receivers and staying disciplined in their coverage zone. That allowed the defensive backs to stay that the defensive line able to come up and make a play. Good all-around defensive play by Kirkwood.
From the 34-yard line, it'll be Boswell that kicks it away. Deep are Macklin and Mosby. And this is Mosby from his own 32. Mosby across the 40. Mosby up to the 45-yard line, and he is knocked out of bounds. But Kirkwood with good field position here as the defense does make a stop on the first possession of quarter number 3.
And what's going to be interesting is how aggressive Kirkwood is on this series. They got to come and play aggressive. They cannot be conservative, be aggressive, throw the ball downfield, make plays, come and screen draws. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do an aggressive attack if I'm Kirkwood.
If I'm Farrell Shelton, knowing what I know, and first of all, I have questions about the physicality of their offensive line, but if that offensive line is capable of being physical, I'm going to try to pound away here. And rather than being aggressive, I'm going to go back to my roots, and I'm going to do what I've always done and try to hand the ball off and see if I can just grind away. And they're going to start that on first down, and dragging a tackler along with him is Armand Tyndall. That was Jimmy Bailey. That was Bobby Bailey that was being dragged along.
Bobby Bailey does a great job, man, flattening down the line of scrimmage and making a play. I tell you what, if Bobby Bailey don't make that play, man, that play right there is still going. Big time play.
Tyreek Lewis checks out. Stefan Cameron into the game as a tailback for Kirkwood. They have 2 receivers to each side here.
It looks like they're man-to-man defense.
They're going to throw, and this is Macklin. And Macklin tries to get away. He does across the 40, and down to the 40-yard line is Jarris Macklin. Pick up on that play of a dozen and a first down into Pattonville territory for Kirkwood.
Macklin shows some major quickness getting the ball. Now, the defensive back takes a bad angle. He's got to come from inside out and make that play.
Clay into the backfield. He moves over to the right side of Crescelli, the quarterback. This is Clay. Well, Crescelli's going to keep it. Nice fake there, and Crescelli picks up 3. Man, wouldn't you hate to be – I know the Macklin name is great, but wouldn't you hate to be a Kirkwood player that has the expectations of being Jeremy Macklin's cousin?
I don't think so. I wouldn't.
It's a lot of expectation.
I think it's an honor. I mean, because you got to make your own way. And although that's your uncle or cousin, you still, if you can play, you can play, and then you're gonna get some attention. So I would embrace it.
2nd down and 8 for Kirkwood, and Crescelli again up the middle and down to the 31-yard line. He is a yard short of first down territory for Kirkwood, and the Pioneers on the move here.
It seems as if you had a conversation with Coach Shelton. Because now he's doing exactly what you said do. Smash mouth football, bouncing it, and playing downfield.
Back to their roots, Crescelli. And this time he is going to hand off. And this is Clay. And Clay breaks away, and he is going to go into the end zone for the touchdown. Darian Clay of Kirkwood, a 31-yard touchdown run, and a flag is down.
Woo! My goodness.
Let's see what the call is.
Holding.
It is holding against Kirkwood.
My goodness. I had to call him Rocket Man, big fella. He exploded out of there. 0 to 100 in no time. Oh, my goodness. I just get called back on the hole. Woo, that was fast.
What a shame. Let's throw it down to Angela on the sideline. Angela, what do you got for us?
Hey there. I have Sergeant Reynolds and Captain V out here with us. All right, you guys in the Army, obviously.
Yes.
All right, so what are you guys doing out here today?
All right, so today we're out here recruiting. So I'm the St. Louis Recruiting Company Commander, and I've got about 5 centers here in St. Louis that support the local city. One of our centers that's closest out here is our St. Anne Center, and Sergeant Reynolds and one of my soldiers with the St. Anne Center.
All right, so you're out here. This is the one where you usually recruit at. What are you looking for in a recruit?
Intelligent young adults. That's exactly what we're looking for. Great on grades, smart, pass the ASVAB, and someone who's willing to be a part of a team.
I like that, the team mentality, which is good to be at a football game for that team mentality. What are some of the benefits the recruit gets for joining up with the Army?
Well, I mean, one of the biggest benefits we have, obviously, is education. I think another great benefit for some of our young people is obviously the experience you get that you can take on for later in life, into different job skills that you can do. In addition to that, really, the education platforms are probably some of the best. It allows our people to go out. They don't have that financial hardship as far as education, but also the leadership development that they get, that the Army can provide for them. So I think that really kind of sums it up.
I like that. Well, if somebody's listening and they want to get more information about joining, how can they do that?
They can reach us over at off of St. Charles Rock Road, 10979 St. Charles Rock Road.
Just pop on in?
Pop right on in and come see us.
Come in and see them, and maybe they have something for you, and they'll talk you through it. I'm sure you guys will talk them through it and see if it's a good fit for both of you guys.
Yes, ma'am, we will.
There you go. You want both of you guys to have a good fit. We're going to send it back up to DJ and Randy.
Thank you, Angela. That was a veteran move, by the way. The name of Captain V was up on the screen, and that was a good move by Angela to just go with Captain V.
No question about it. But what was interesting, they said they're looking for intelligent young adults.
Yeah, I'm 1 for 3.
I would have never made it.
Yeah, intelligent and young, I can't give you.
I would have never made it, man.
Yeah.
And you know one thing I like about the Army, man, you're disciplined. They teach you some major discipline.
Yep.
I'm telling you, and they, yes sir and no sir, yes ma'am. Man, that's just really cool, man.
Well, DJ, what a blow that was for Kirkwood. They had the ball deep in Pattonville territory, and then a couple of penalties set them back, and they wind up having to punt the ball away. A touchdown turns into a punt.
Penalty kills opportunities and momentum all the time. And that's not like Kirkwood to be that undisciplined and have those kind of penalties in difficult games. But you can never count Kirkwood out. Anytime their back is against the wall, they're able to fight through it. Pattonville has stepped their game up today. Pattonville is playing very good football right now. They got opportunities, but you cannot take advantage of the opportunities you're getting if you're Pattonville.
Pirates will have the ball first down from their own 23-yard line. Al will be the quarterback. And into the game in a slot on the right side is Donovan Pratt for the Pirates. They're going to give to Ellison. This is David Ellison up the middle, and there is nobody to catch him.
Yes, sir.
If he gets inside the 15, and they go for the ball, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown. Woo! 77 yards.
Yes, sir.
And that was Sanderson with the touchdown run.
Big-time player, making a big-time play in a big-time game. Oh, my goodness, the young fella was rolling. That's what I'm talking about. Give him the ball and get out of the way. And that's what happened. Man, they just split like the sea, the Red Sea, and he just went down there and showed some outstanding speed. Took that baby to the bank, cashed it in.
Sam Sanderson, the junior, 5'9", 180 with a 77-yard touchdown run to make it 33-14 Pattonville. Now Desiree Adams will try the extra point, and this one is good, and it's 34-14. Pattonville is up by 20 with 6:47 remaining in quarter number 3.
It's just hard for me to really believe that Kirkwood's not going to make a run in this game. I just know that they're good enough, they coach good enough that they can make a run in this game. But you got to give kudos to this coaching staff at Pattonville right now, Coach Smith and his staff. He has this team playing at a high level. They're not making a whole lot of mistakes. They've taken advantage of situations. And what's most important and impressive, they're calling outstanding plays at right times and executing at a high level.
Johnson and Fortner back to receive the kickoff. A 77-yard touchdown run for Sam Sanderson.
Man, that was beautiful. I'm telling you what. He put that baby in second gear and took that baby to the house. That was big time.
He burst through the hole and wasn't touched until he got inside the 10-yard line.
Man, that was nice. And the defensive back, I see who ran him down, was trying to strip the ball. He got to make the tackle.
Now the kickoff down to the 20-yard line. The up back will get it for Kirkwood and be wrapped up and brought down at the 27-yard line, 26.5-yard line. And that's where the Pioneers will get things started. 1st and 10, down by 20.
And on that run, the defensive back caught up with the running back running and trying to strip. I'm telling you, try to strip the first shot, then you just got to bring them down. Because if you bring them down, anything can happen. You can get a fumble when you're trying to hand the ball off. Anything can happen, but you got to get them down before you let them get in that end zone.
Bryce Shelley, the quarterback. He splits Cooper Wise out to the left side. He's got 2 setbacks in there. David Young is into the game, number 25, along with Clay. This is going to be Clay, and he turns it up across the 30-yard line, takes it to the 33. They'll mark it at the 34-yard line. So a nice pickup on first down for Clay.
That was an excellent pickup by Clay. And if I'm Kirkwood, I'm thinking, yeah, we can establish a running game. They need to get a score. Put an asterisk by this by Kirkwood. They got to get a score on this drive.
Bryce Shelley, once again with the split backs. Tyndall into the game. Now he's the other tailback to Kreishelly's left. Going to throw to the right side. Macklin. Macklin gets away from one. Down the right sideline. This is Jarris Macklin, and he is apparently out of bounds.
Whoa, man, you had some
He's
quickness.
got a burst. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. Angela, what do you got for us?
Orthopedic Center injury update, number 16 on Pattonville. Cooper Wise, he's doing all right. He's going to go back out there. He just had his hand taped up from elbow all the way up through hand, but he said he's good to go, and he should be out there when they get the ball back.
From the 44-yard line. This is a first down play. And they're going to run an end around to Macklin now. And Macklin across the 45, 50. And Macklin is brought down from behind at the 44-yard line, 46-yard line of Pattonville. So he takes it into Pirate territory.
Macklin has some quicks. Man, he's quick. I mean, he gets around that corner, got some great feet, great quickness and explosiveness. Impressive. Wow.
Donovan Pratt dived on him from behind and was able to bring him down. Coming into the game now to replace Macklin is Tyreek Lewis. So now they have Lewis and Clay and Tyndall all in the backfield.
And if you're Kirkwood, only thing you have to do is score. You got to score in this series if you're going to win this game and stay in this game. You got to score in this series.
Bryce Shelley gives to the tailback, and picking up yardage across the 40-yard line is Tyndall.
You know what people say is that when things happen, you revert back to what you know. Coach Sheldon is reverting back to what he knows. And this is what he does well, and this is the schemes he has taught so great in so many years, is that pound and ground. Now Kirkwood is establishing some authority running the ball.
And they're going to run it again, and another big hole is opened up for the running back Tyndall. That was Clay, rather. And another first down on the ground for Kirkwood.
And it's no insurmountable lead that they cannot overcome. I mean, they still have enough time. If they score on this series, get a touchdown in this series, it's a different ball game, guarantee you.
Tyndall and Clay in the backfield with Kreishelly. Tyndall is the up back. Kreishelly with receivers to each side. He's going to throw, and he's going to go deep down the right side. Wide open, caught, touchdown! Touchdown, Kirkwood.
Yes, sir.
And they get it to Macklin for the score.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, baby. I told you, you can't just count Kirkwood out. I mean, they're a good team. I mean, they've won the state championship. They know how to win. And Sheldon is an excellent coach with excellent athletes. It's going to be a new game. I've told you. Now the ball game has changed. We got to see if Pattonville can step back up to the plate and make a play.
34-20. An extra point here would make it 34-21, and the extra point is boomed through there. And it is a 34-21 contest. Pattonville still with the lead.
What that score did to Kirkwood is tell Kirkwood, you still have a chance. We're good enough to win this game. But what it does to Pattonville, it put pressure on Pattonville. It tells Pattonville, we got to continue to score and move the ball. If they can't not continue to score and move the ball, that's going to allow Kirkwood right back in it. This series of downs for Pattonville is huge. I mean, it is so huge because if Kirkwood to get the ball back, stop them in 3 downs, get it back, oh my goodness, it's going to be a different ball game.
Nick Williams will kick it away. Still 16 and a half minutes left in regulation here. So more than enough time for Kirkwood to come back. But they need to stop the running game, and it was a 77-yard touchdown run that provided Pattonville with their last touchdown. So the big key is going to be trying to stop Pattonville as they try to bleed the clock. The kick goes out of the end zone, and the Pirates will start at their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting right now because you got to see what kind of mindset Coach Smith is going to be in. Is he going to be still playing aggressive football, going down the field, doing things that he was doing early in the game, or is he going to be conservative and not be as aggressive? It's going to be interesting. If I'm coach, I'm going to stay aggressive, knowing that you're playing a very good team.
First down for Pattonville. They'll send 2 receivers to the right side. Ellaby is the quarterback, standing at his own 14-yard line. And a fumble, and falling on top of it was his tailback Sanderson. It'll be second down after the loss of 3. 2nd and 13. Ellison again. This is Sanderson, the running back. And Sanderson is able to keep his feet across the 30 to the 35-yard line and a first down.
Yeah, and also a face mask on that one. Whoa, wow, I tell you, that's a huge play, a really huge play.
The officials are going to talk about it, and it most likely will be a face mask. Let's go down to Angela.
Every week we talk about Dead On Sports, and there you got to see it in action. All right, Maurice, tell us a little bit about your product here.
Yeah, this is a target system that we actually developed for long snappers. And when we got to Marcus here, who just threw that ball, and Matt Bierman at the Elite Football Academy, first thing they said was, hey, we're going to use this for quarterbacks. I was like, great idea, let's do it. So now, as you see, everybody in St. Louis that trains at the academy uses this system.
Right, and then you've also expanded from football even to baseball, right?
Roger that. We do a lot of baseball. We use it like on first base. It's easy for all the infielders to practice at it on first base. We also came up with a strike zone. It's a 9-square strike zone, the exact strike zone with a red square in the middle that can be moved to any square as well as inside and outside the box. Hangs on the same frame. It's all universal.
Now, I love this. You use patterns, and it helps your mind, trains your mind to where you need to go. If somebody at home wants to use this on their own, where can they find it?
They can find it at deadonsports.com or any sporting good company that deals with shut sports.
And then, of course, the Elite Football Academy is using it. Some other baseball institutions are utilizing it. And you even said volleyball, too.
And volleyball as well. We also do volleyball and golf. And you're right, you can order it at the front desk at Elite Football Academy.
So there you go. Definitely check them out. Dead On Sports. Maybe get your accuracy pinpointed, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Dead on. Back to you, DJ and Randy.
All right, thank you, Angela. And the running play for Sanderson. Makes third down coming up for Pattonville. Now this is where we find out whether or not Pattonville wants to be aggressive.
No doubt about it. I mean, Pattonville's got to still play aggressive. You cannot not play aggressive, because if Kirkwood get the ball back, you may have problems.
3rd and 8. Couple of running plays. They've been able to keep the clock running here and taking a couple of minutes off the clock on this possession. Need to get the ball to the 48-yard line.
I'd be surprised if we don't roll him out to his left.
Ellison was in motion. Ellaby is going to throw to the right side, and it's incomplete and almost intercepted.
Okay. The problem on that play, it was the quarterback. It was a nicely ran route. The receiver's wide open. Now you got to know when not to throw the ball that hard. Your key is just to get the ball to the receiver. He threw it really hard, couldn't make the catch. I'm telling you, it was wide open. That was a good call, play call. Execution could have been better.
Macklin and Mosby back to receive the punt from Boswell. And Boswell is able to get it out, but Macklin is going to pick it up with it gets by him. I don't know if it touched him or not, and Pattonville will down it at the 15-yard line. It did not touch Macklin, and Kirkwood will get the ball at their own 15-yard line.
If I'm Kirkwood, and every time Pattonville punt, the punter rolls to his right, I'm going to aggressively rush from the left side to the punter. He would run right into your rush lane. He's doing it every game. So if Kirkwood scouting coaches got to see that every time as a punt, he rolls to his right to punt it, I'm going to roll aggressively, overstack to the left, and go ahead and try to block it.
The low snap and the handoff up the middle. Not much doing on first down for Kirkwood.
I'm going back to that read option by my quarterback and my running back. That read option is allow them to be aggressive and make plays. And that's how they got in this game, by running that read option with the quarterback, and the quarterback keep it, take it upfield, and make a play.
Clay and Tyndall are the running backs flanking the quarterback, Crescelli. 2 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left. Crescelli is going to throw. Fakes and gets rid of it after he is hit, and that's incomplete. And great pressure there provided by the Pattonville defense.
Oh, that was a nice play coming around that corner on the quarterback. You know, I always like to talk to the coaches and ask them a story about what's going on in their lives. And I got a very interesting story about Coach Shelton.
Big 3rd and 8. A throw to the left side, and this is Tyndall. And Tyndall is able to pick up the first down for Kirkwood. And that's a big one, DJ. Tyndall got the pass and then the run afterwards, and that is a huge first down for the Pioneers.
That is exactly what the doctor ordered, big fella. You went to the hospital and asked for a remedy. That's it. You went high-low on that pass. You throw it to Tyndall. He gets upfield, get a block, but the lead receiver downfield block for him. That's all you wanted to do, is get a first down and continue with this drive.
We wind down to 1 minute remaining in the third quarter. It's Tyndall that splits out to the right side. Single setback is Clay. Crescelli is going to throw, and he does, to the right side. And this is Clay, and Clay is to the 39, almost the 40-yard line, with 45 seconds left in the quarter.
That play looks almost like a two-man screen, because it looked like the tackle slid out and they dumped it to the running back with a tackle right there in front of him. That was an interesting play. I like the creativity of that play.
Tyreek Lewis back into the game for the Pioneers. Crashelley's going to hand off up the middle. And bowling over the Pattonville defense is the running back Clay.
Yes, sir. That's a hammer time hit. That was a hammer time run, baby. Right up the middle, runs right over the defender, and keep it going and get a first down.
Ball's at the 45-yard line. No huddle for Kirkwood as usual, and they'll try to get one more play off with 10 seconds remaining in the quarter. And it is going to be the same play, and Clay is able to pick up another 5, maybe 6, taking it into Pattonville territory on the final play of the third quarter. We're going to head to the fourth. The Pioneers are on the move, down 34-21 on the Bommarito Automotive Group Prep Zone High School Game of the Week. Is that what happened? Are they still able to hear us? Are we talking?
I have no idea.
Do you know? Fourth quarter here at Pattonville. Pirates leading over the Kirkwood Pioneers 34-21. With Demetrius Johnson, I'm Randy Carricker. The only scores of that quarter came on long run by Pattonville's Sam Sanderson and then a touchdown pass from Crashelley, who hit Macklin in the right corner of the end zone. Now, Kirkwood is on the move. They have the ball at the Pattonville 49-yard line, and they're going to try to punch it in and try to get back within a touchdown in this one. They were down 34-14. It was a 20-point advantage at one point for the Pirates. Crashelley's going to run, and he is brought down, and a fumble, and Pattonville thinks they have it, and let's see what the officials say. Yes, they do. Pattonville gets it back. Crashelley ran it, and Pattonville punched it out. Isaiah Wilkes with the recovery.
Wow, that was a big play. Kirkwood had momentum going, rolled out, and the quarterback did not see the defender coming from behind him and strips it out. Boy, that was a big play by Pattonville.
And now the Pirates, with a 13-point advantage, will have the ball, and they will once again try to take the clock down as far as they can with the 13-point lead, and knowing the prolific nature of that Kirkwood offense. Ellaby is the quarterback, and he's going to give. And this is going to be the little running back Sanderson, who's across midfield down to the 49-yard line. We haven't seen much of Ellison lately, and Sanderson had the 77-yard touchdown run. So why not stick with him?
No question about it. I mean, it don't take a rocket science to figure out if something works, you stick with it. And I give Coach Smith credit. He said his offensive line was healthy this game. The previous games he said was not healthy. His center was not healthy. His left tackle was not healthy. They are really blocking good up front.
That offensive line that DJ mentioned, Chandler Mann and Karan Coleman are the tackles. Peyton Bogie and Omar Daoud are the guards, and Mario Rowland the center. And here's another running play, and that offensive line continues to pound away at the Kirkwood defensive line, which is also something that we rarely say, that an offensive line is pounding away at the Kirkwood defense.
No question about it. Kirkwood defense, normally a stout defense that played very physical. This offensive line for Pattonville is playing at a high level. They're doing a great job protecting. And one thing Coach Smith said, we need to protect and communicate. And it seems as if they got the message.
Boyce splits out wide to the right side. And Sanderson. And Sanderson putting the ball in his left arm, takes it to the 40-yard line and is able to pick up 4 on first down and stay in bounds and keep the clock rolling with 10.5 minutes remaining in regulation.
Any coach would love that. 4 down, 5 plays, the first down. I mean, you would love that anytime.
Angela's got our family of the game.
Every week, Lion's Choice likes to highlight a family of a game, a family that spotlight fun and entertainment. We've got the Love family right here. They are going to receive a $50 gift card from Lion's Choice, famous for roast beef, and the all-new Butcher Block sandwich, the roast beef, ham, and turkey, piled high on a bun with Swiss cheese, honey, and horseradish. That's everything you love about Lion's Choice, all for under 500 calories. And let's meet this family. We've got Dana. Dana, you're the one I saw up there with your great hair. So introduce me to everybody you've got here with you.
Hi, this is my lovely husband, Leandre, and this is my brother, Carl and Ebony, and their lovely kids, Chase and little Carl and Carly. Say yay!
I love it. They were out there. They're in the stands. They're cheering. They've got their Pattonville gear on. Now, you said your son is a freshman.
Yes, he's a freshman at the Pattonville High School. Markel Lawrence, hey!
So they're cheering for him, but you're cheering for the school in general.
Oh, yes. I'm a proud mommy of Pattonville High School, yes.
I love it, the proud mom. So what we're going to do is we're going to give you a $50 gift card to Lion's Choice. Take the family out, get some real roast beef at one of the area locations. Do you think you can handle that?
I sure can.
All right, let me get a big cheer for Pattonville. We're going to throw it back to DJ and Randy. It's the Love family.
Angela, and thanks to our friends at Lion's Choice, famous roast beef sandwiches. Love family, our family of the game. Angela Sharp doing great work down on the sidelines for us, as always. That was Jimmy Boswell that picked up the first down out of the Wildcat formation, that jumbo formation that Pattonville uses, another first down. And now they're going to go back to Ellison, who's back into the game. And he's able to take it inside the 25-yard line. They'll mark the ball right at the 25.
Wow, I mean, they're really now establishing something here, man. They are really cranking that baby up and playing very physical football up front. That offensive line, you could tell they are different. He said they were healthy. He said, my center's ready, my left tackle's ready. We're ready to play some ball tonight.
And they are. 34-21 is the score. Pattonville leads, 8:15 remaining in the fourth quarter. Caleb Ellaby, the quarterback, has had a good night. He sends 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, and just hands off again. Ellison looks for a hole, and he's able to fall forward for a gain of a yard. And one thing Kirkwood can't do, even though they held him to 2, is stop the clock. They do have 3 timeouts left, but Pattonville is doing everything they can to keep the ball on the ground, avoid that incomplete pass, and keep the clock rolling.
And they go into the jumbo set again. And what I would do in this jumbo set, Randy, I would take the ball, take a few steps, and dump it right to a tight end because all the D-line and everybody's just coming up and shooting in the middle.
3rd and 2, and that box is full. They show blitz. Boswell looks for a block, and he is going to pick up the first down to the 20-yard line. Jimmy Boswell, man, that formation works.
Yes. They are playing mano football right now, baby.
Yep.
Big man on big man. Mano, my man is bigger than yours. And let's see if we can stop you. They are really blocking up front. That offensive line is doing a yeoman's job tonight.
Ball is at the 20-yard line, and there's still ground to traverse here. But, DJ, if Pattonville gets the ball into the end zone, I think that'd be a dagger. I think that'd do it.
You know what? You may be right, but I just hate to count Kirkwood out. They're just so explosive, but it's going to be hard. They need to stop them from getting in.
Sanderson, stop for no gain. As we are now inside of 7 minutes left. Pattonville has 2 timeouts left. They aren't going to use them. Kirkwood has 3 remaining.
If I'm Pattonville, take my time, go to wide side of the field. You know what play I would run here? You may think I'm crazy. I would run a halfback pass. I would do a toss and run a halfback pass.
I'm not putting the ball in the air at all.
Who would assume you're going to throw it?
Nobody.
That's what I'm saying. I would do that.
You better be sure you can complete it. I'm not throwing any incomplete passes.
Don't stop the clock.
And they're going to run it. Sanderson getting outside and inside the 10 and inside the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pattonville. Sanderson again, a 20-yard touchdown run.
Boy, Sanderson has played a heck of a game, my man. He hit that corner, baby, and tightrope down the sideline. Took that baby in the house for 6. Oh, my goodness. You know what? I got to give kudos to the Pattonville offensive line. The offensive line has brought their game tonight, man. Big-time play.
They have been outstanding, and that offensive line, we'll give it to you again. Mario Rowland, the center, Peyton Bogie and Omar Daoud are the guards. Coleman and Chandler are the tackles, and they have been terrific here tonight. This extra point would make it 41-21, and it does. 20-point lead again for Pattonville, but now with 6:15 left in regulation.
Wow. I am saying wow. But Coach Smith said we were ready. He said we were ready to bring our game today. We're going to show up and show out, and that's what they're doing, big fella. They showed up, and they're showing out. The big dogs up front are letting the little dogs eat. They're playing mano-a-mano football, and they just made plays. They're making all the plays to make things happen. Very impressive with Pattonville.
Well, now it's going to be how do those receivers for Kirkwood match up, and they're going to have to spread it out. How do they match up with the defensive backfield for Pattonville? And I think the Pattonville defense is going to have to go into a zone. I would do that. I would want to keep the ball in front of me.
No question about it. I would do the same thing. I would keep the ball in front of me, make them make plays. You know they got to throw the ball because you got 6 minutes to go in the game and you're down by 20 points. You got to throw the ball downfield.
Womack will kick it away. And now if you're Pattonville, you want to keep the ball on the ground and keep it out of the hands of explosive players. But looks like skill position players dot the field at the 40, at the 25, and deep for Kirkwood. I don't think that you're going to be finding a big lineman that you're going to kick the ball into the hands of. So they kick it deep, and it is taken at the 5-yard line. And Kirkwood will bring it back. Fortner is able to get it out to the 26-yard line. And a good return by Jackson Fortner of Kirkwood.
Yeah, well, the thing that you're going to have to look at now is this. If you're Pattonville, you're going to have to play deep. You're going to stay back. If you're Kirkwood, you're going to have to do something special. That's what you need to do. You take the deep throws away. And I'm telling my D-backs, play everything up, back, front. Back, front, meaning keep everything in front of you and come and attack it.
Crishelli under pressure is going to throw to the right side. This one is caught. And a pickup of 21 on first down for Kirkwood. Trevian Mosby with the catch and the run.
The thing you have to do is make tackles, too. I mean, you want them to throw the ball. You want them to take time off the clock, but you're going to have to make tackles. Wrap them up.
From the 41-yard line, Clay is the single setback for the Pioneers. 5:50 left in regulation. Crishelli to throw again. This time he's going to look deep down the right side. Wide open Macklin. Macklin makes the catch inside the 20. Makes a move inside the 10. And brought down at the 9-yard line. Ellison made the tackle on Macklin, who found himself wide open down the right sideline.
You can't give that kind of play up. He did it out and up. Keep everything in front of you. Don't be aggressive now in the defensive back. Play a little more passive if you're a corner. Keep everything in front of you. It don't matter if you catch an out route. Keep it in front of you.
Tyndall and Mosley split out to the left side. Macklin is the receiver on the right side. And they're going to throw into the end zone, and this one is incomplete. That one was intended for Trevian Mosby.
Well, I like that pass. That was a low pass. You want it there. You got to bring it up a little more. He just get up a little more. I mean, that's how you throw that route. You throw it low enough that the receiver, the only one in that corner that's on him, cannot get it. It's a little low, but I like how they executed that play. It didn't finish like I wanted to, but that was a nice pass pattern.
And Travion Mosby got into good position there. Went down to get it and just couldn't come away with the ball. 5:29 to go, 41-21. Kirkwood threatening here. And now a timeout is called on the field, an official timeout. And that'll give Kirkwood some time to get organized offensively.
I wonder what the Godfather's asking. There he is. That's the guy. They call him the Godfather.
Mm-hmm.
Guess he's looking like Don Corleone.
All right, second down and goal here for Kirkwood. Criscelli throws to a wide open player, and Clay is overthrown. It's incomplete. It'll be third and goal.
A lot of pressure came from the end, and it made it very difficult. It looked like that was Bob Bailey came from that end and put a lot of pressure on the quarterback and made him have to throw the ball and make him throw it fast because that route was wide open. It developed a little more. He'd get a little more time that play as he walks in the end zone.
Third and goal. The Pattonville defense wanting to make a stand here. Criscelli throws into the end zone, and this one is
oh, that's nice.
Caught.
Oh, that's
touchdown.
Nice.
That is Mosby with the score.
Oh,
a
that's
great
nice.
diving play by Travion Mosby.
Yes, sir. Oh, Mosby, big time player. Oh, that was a Picasso. That's my Picasso play of the game, man. He went and got that, baby. That was what you call a pro catch. He went and laid out and got it. Beautiful Picasso.
Now a key extra point try by Nick Williams to make it a 13-point game, and this is good. And now I would anticipate, even with 5:18 to go and 3 timeouts left, that Kirkwood would try an onside kick. What do you think?
Hey, I'm not surprises me anymore when I saw the game of Texas A&M up by all those points and lose the game.
Yeah.
If Kirkwood gets this ball back, they're going to be playing very aggressive, and that's going to put a lot of pressure on Pattonville. And I don't know, they say pressure bust pipes. I don't know if they can handle the pressure. This onside kick is going to be very important. Got to put your hands team in. The hands teams are the guys who supposedly have the best hands on the team, but it don't take nothing away from that pressure, man. Boy, that ball come to you hoping if you're on the hands team, they're not kicking the ball your way. You play, please don't kick it my way. I was on the hands team, and I was used to pray, please don't kick it my way. This is going to be a huge play here.
And Pattonville has everybody up. Their deepest return man is at the 22-yard line. So they are fully anticipating an onside kick here. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 along the line of scrimmage, and then 3 more along the 40, between the 40 and the 45. And it's a little pooch attempt. And this one is going to be, it's going to drop and be fallen on by Pattonville at the 27-yard line.
And I think most teams are not coached on a pooch kick like that. You can call a fair catch.
That's right.
And I don't think most high schools teach that you can call a fair catch because the back man should have just came up and did a fair catch on that. But give credit to the other receiver who comes and dives on the ball.
That was Cameron Perkins who made the recovery on the special teams for Pattonville. Let's see what they do now. They're still going to send 2 receivers to the right and 1 to the left.
Well,
Sanderson into the game at tailback.
Yeah, they got to run the ball. There's no way in the world they can pass this ball, and it's a first down. No way.
Well, they had good success getting 4 at a time and then bringing in that jumbo formation on their last possession. And on this play, it is Sanderson for a couple. Let's go down to Angela.
It's time for the U.S. Army big play of the game. That big play of the game came when Sam Sanderson ran 77 yards to take it to the house for Pattonville, increasing their lead 34-14. That's your U.S. Army big play of the game.
All right, Angela, great job. Thank you. We appreciate it. All right, so Kirkwood uses their first timeout. 5:10 to go. And it'll be 2nd down and 8 for Pattonville.
Well, I mean, you know what Pattonville has to do. They have to run the ball because you're still up by 2 scores.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to run the ball. You run the ball, you're going to force them to call their timeouts. I don't care if you don't get but a yard on it. You got to force Kirkwood to call their remaining timeouts. So if you get the ball back on an onside kick, they can't stop the ball.
Mm-hmm.
It is vital that you do not throw the ball in the next 2 downs.
That'll be the quarterback with Sanderson in the backfield. And it is Sanderson who's wrapped up and brought down on a fantastic tackle by Clay. Darren Clay knifed in, got him by the ankles, and brought him down for a loss of yardage, a loss of 2, and that will put Pattonville in a difficult spot. And another timeout called by Kirkwood.
Well, what it's going to do is going to make Pattonville still have to run the ball. And they're not going to be able to take much time off the clock unless they get a big run through here. But you're still in a pretty good position because you punt the ball away. You force Kirkwood to pass the ball. You know they're going to pass the ball. You cannot be playing aggressive in the secondary if you go back on defense. But they have to run the ball. It's no way Pattonville can pass the ball. So I'm going to stack my line with many guys in those holes, and I'm going to shoot my linebackers and make them have to punt immediately.
1 timeout left for Kirkwood. And, of course, on offense you have the built-in timeouts with the ability to spike the ball and incomplete passes, of course. Stop the clock, and you're going to be throwing it on most downs. Third and 11, and a flag flies. Some sort of a neutral zone infraction, and this is against Pattonville.
Pattonville, I mean, you can't make these kind of mistakes. You just can't. I'm going to force them to punt. You're going to run the ball. It's no way they're going to pass the ball. It's no way.
Showing blitz. And they're going to run Shelton, and he's up to the 25-yard line, and that's all he's able to get. And let's see if Kirkwood, they are not going to call the timeout. That was Ellison on the run. And the clock continues to roll here, and Pattonville will take the play clock down to 0 before they boot it away.
I'm really surprised they're not calling the timeout.
They want to save one because they still have to have another defensive stand against Pattonville if they're going to win the game.
I understand, but I don't think 1 timeout is going to be that big of a difference when you're down by 2 scores.
A flag flies as the punt is kicked, and the ball is down at the 41-yard line. Now let's see what the flag is going to be. And it's going to go against Pattonville, and this will be declined.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know if I would decline it. I would make a punt again and try to block it, I'm telling you.
But with the ball at the 41-yard line, you have such good field position, you don't want to risk a better punt by Pattonville.
And the punter's not been punting that great all night. And he's always rushing, and he's always rolling to his right to punt the ball.
Farrell Shelton does decline the penalty, and so the Pioneers will start at the 41-yard line of Pattonville. And DJ, we talked earlier about the rotation of that Kirkwood defense, and the Pattonville defense hasn't rotated, and they might be getting a little bit gassed here, especially as they've had to face so much Kirkwood offense here in the late going.
Yeah, but I'm surprised that their safety is not back deeper, Randy, because it's going to be a passing situation. They should be back deeper.
Criscelli to throw. He's got a wide open man down the left side, and he throws to Macklin in double coverage, and Macklin can't hang on.
That's good coverage by the corner and the safety coming over and making that play.
And Macklin is hurt.
Yeah.
And he pops up. He's fine. He might have gotten hit in the back in the kidney area. It's going to be second down now with 4:09 to go.
Yeah, but I'm just surprised. They look like they was in the cover 3. And you don't need to be in the cover 3 on the wide side of the field. I'm going to do an umbrella call defense, Randy. I'm going to have all 4 of my defensive backs back, have my linebackers drop back a little deeper, and play everything in front of me.
Criscelli to throw again. Looking and sacked. A big sack for Pattonville. That was the defensive tackle working his way in there. The big fellow was Wesley Johnson, the 6'3", 240-pound senior.
Boy, that was nice. Boy, that was a big one. You ordered fast food, and you got it. A good takeout. Big-time play.
Now Jarris Macklin is back in there. Clock rolling with 3:35 on the clock. Third down. This is a big play. Criscelli looking. Gets it over the middle. Incomplete. That one was intended for Mosby, and he couldn't hang on. So it'll be 4th and 15 now for the Pioneers.
Now I'm dropping all my linebackers. I'm lining them up 9 yards deep. My safety's corner's a little deeper, and I'm going to force him to drop that baby in there. Put the pressure on for my defensive line. The defensive line is playing good. Put pressure on them, and make them make a play.
Criscelli will have Clay in the backfield. He'll have 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. He throws deep down the right side for Macklin, and this one is caught by Macklin at the 5-yard line and brought down there on 4th and 15.
Oh, my goodness. And let me tell you what that was. That's just an athlete making a better play than an athlete. I'm telling you what, Macklin went up and got it, big fella. He climbed the ladder and brought it down. Big-time play. Jarris Macklin, you step your game up, young fella. Make plays.
1st and goal. And they're going to run it inside. Clay pulls his way down to the 1-yard line.
Wow. Woo. You can never count Kirkwood out, man. I'm telling you.
Inside of 3 minutes.
This team is very resilient.
On 4th and 15, Criscelli hit Macklin, and let's not take anything away from the throw as Clay is into the end zone for a touchdown.
Woo! My goodness. Hey, folks, we got a ball game.
41-34.
Got a ball game.
What a big throw and an amazing catch by Jarris Macklin.
No, the defensive back was in good position. Macklin just was a better athlete and went up and climbed up the ladder and brought it down.
49 yards on that play to set up the Clay touchdown to make it 41-34. Now the extra point try, all important because if Williams hits it, then a touchdown and an extra point by Kirkwood would win the game for them.
Oh, my goodness. I told you couldn't count this Kirkwood team out.
No
I mean, they're
doubt about
resilient. They know how to fight back. They played hard, and they continue to play hard.
2:43 on the clock. Williams out of the hold of Stephen Manley. (41-35).
That kicker can kick.
He's got a big leg.
Oh my goodness, he can kick it, my friend. Oh, here we go. Buckle up, folks. Here we go.
1 timeout left for Kirkwood, and it would be anticipated that they would use that relatively quickly in the next Pattonville possession.
Well, it's going to be an onside kick. We know. Hands team got to be out there. You know. They're not going to pooch kick it. They're going to try to get it onside. I just wonder how much high schools truly work on onside kicks because you don't
depends
have
on
a
the
whole
team.
lot of time.
I think there are some teams that really focus on special teams and things like onside kicks and special teams details. I think some of them don't as much, but my guess would be that these two veteran head coaches, they know how important special teams are, and they go to work on things like that.
Yeah, and when I'm looking at the lineup, it's almost like in the middle of the field, right in the middle, like that's an open area right there.
Here is the kick into that open area. Sanderson's going to go over, and it's going to go out of bounds. That is big.
Oh, that's huge. Oh, that is huge.
So now Pattonville will have the option of taking over at the 35-yard line. And you would think that that's what they're going to do.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. They're going to take it.
I don't think they want Kirkwood to re-kick.
Oh, no, I wouldn't. and what I'm going to do, hey, Randy, I always talk about jumbo pack.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go to that jumbo pack now.
I think that's a 2-yard play. I don't know if you can expect more than 2 yards out of
But
that.
he's been doing pretty good on a jumbo pack. Because you're going to do the same thing. You have to do a read option. If you don't, they're going to call it they timeout right now.
Boswell, the normal quarterback in the jumbo pack, is in the game, but he's split out wide to the right side. Sanderson in the back.
I'm going on the outside.
Little handoff to the left side. And Sanderson is brought down and popped late. They think, Kirkwood thinks that Sanderson fumbled. Two-yard pickup. And the timeout is called by Kirkwood. So that will be their last timeout. And that Kirkwood sideline, by the way, the Kirkwood crowd over opposite where we
I gotta
are
give Kirkwood
is loud.
credit. I got to give them credit more. They feel like they're winning this game. Hey, I'm telling you, Kirkwood is not a team that you can count out. I've said it. I don't care what the score was. The score is they are a very good team, and they've played in difficult times like this before. They know how to win.
Now, DJ, on this play, if Pattonville picks up 4, I'm with you on the jumbo package. Now that Kirkwood doesn't have any timeouts left, if I get into a 3rd and 4, especially a 3rd and 2, Boswell's going to be in there, and I'm going to run that jumbo package.
I can agree with that. I can agree. What I'm going to do here, Randy, they are stuffing it inside. I'm going to do the fake handoff. I'm going to have my quarterback keeper going around the outside because they smashing down inside, and you got 2 wide receivers out wide that you got a lane outside, automatic lane.
David Ellison is the running back. Ellison gets outside. Ellison across the 40, tries to turn it up, grabbed by the ankles, and is brought down about 3 yards shy of a first down with 2:25 to go. And they'll start the play clock.
Yes, sir.
And so this will take it inside of 2 minutes, and it will be 3rd, and it's going to be marked at the 42-yard line, so it'll be 3rd and 3.
Here we go, big fella. Buckle up. I'm nervous. Oh, my goodness. That's what it's all about. Big-time games. People got to step up and make a play. Here we go, baby.
This is what you wanted.
Here we go.
Okay, so Ellaby is going to be in the backfield, and Pattonville has to call a timeout. There was confusion, and the Pirates have to call the timeout.
You can't do that, big fella, not in this kind of game. Oh, no, you didn't. You got to know situations. You got to understand you don't want this clock stopping.
But
Now
you also don't want confusion on a 3rd and 3.
Yeah, but you give Kirkwood an opportunity.
Well, they
and
get
you stop the clock.
But if you aren't organized, you give Kirkwood an opportunity perhaps for a turnover.
Yeah. Wow.
You have to. Everybody's got to know what they're doing out on the field. I think this is a good
Wow.
timeout. It's not ideal. You'd love to have everything run smoothly, but that's just not the way it works. So they're going to put Boswell in, and they're going to run that heavy package. I think the problem was that Ellaby was still in the game, DJ. So I don't think that either Boswell or Ellaby knew who the quarterback was supposed to be. Well, now it's Boswell.
Here we go. You called it.
Kirkwood knows what's coming. He's going to run it, and he's going to put his head down and
he
get
got
the
it.
first
Oh,
down.
yes, sir.
And this game is essentially over.
Football sometimes is very simple, big fella. You got to have the determination, the drive, and the want. He had the drive, the determination, and wanted, and he made it happen. Oh, that was big time.
That was a
Woo!
great
Yes, sir.
play. That was old-time physical football. And now Ellaby will check in, and they'll be able to go to the victory formation. They'll snap the ball with about 1:16 on the game clock.
Mano y mano, big fella, on that play. Big man on big man.
There it's snapped with 1:17. Play clock will start again. They'll have to snap it one more time.
This is a huge victory for Coach Smith. He said his team was ready to play.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, I'm going to play, and we're going to show you. We coming and bring our game. And he told all of his kids, he told me that he had a conversation, said, hey, you got to be ready for the moment and rise your game up for the moment. Pattonville took their game and came to the occasion for this moment.
Ellaby takes an E, and they will have to snap it one more time to officially end this one.
Wow.
But Pattonville will hang on for a 41-35 victory. They were up 41-21 with about 5.5 minutes left. Kirkwood staged a valiant rally, but they just couldn't get over the hump. You can snap it anytime now. And this game will end with the Pattonville Pirates ahead of the Kirkwood Pioneers, winning by a score of 41-35. 3, 2, 1. It's over.
Wow.
Kirkwood suffers their first loss of the season as Pattonville outscores them 41-35.
Pattonville played an outstanding game, man. They played physical. They did exactly what they had to do. They made big plays in this game. The defense stepped up and made plays when they had to, because Kirkwood is a very good football team. Pattonville just beat a very good football team. My goodness, big time.
They are happy on this Friday night at Pattonville.
They even got fireworks going off on the stadium.
And DJ, the great thing about, and we talked last week about the system, about the playoff system in Missouri, and I know that you don't like to lose, but this is a teaching and coaching moment for Farrell Shelton and his staff.
No doubt about it. I mean, Coach Shelton is a very good coach. That Kirkwood team is really good. I mean, that Macklin kid stepped his game up
big
and
time.
made some tremendous plays. I mean, they have nothing to be ashamed of. Kirkwood is the team, and anytime the big dogs, all the little dogs are trying to eat. So guess what happened? They stepped their game up. Pattonville played at a high level tonight and made plays when they have to make plays. Unbelievable. And they did exactly what they needed to do.
There you see the cheerleaders greeting the team as they sprint over to meet their admiring fans and cheerleaders.
And they did, like I said, what they had to do. They played within themselves, didn't make a lot of mistakes. Caleb, the quarterback, played outstanding. The young receiver played at a high level. He brought running backs in, played at a high level. The whole team just changed their whole mentality and knew they had to step their game up to beat a very good Kirkwood team. And guess what? They did it.
That they did. We have our players of the game. And let's throw it down to Angela.
We have the Elite Football Academy Offensive Player of the Game, Sam Sanderson, and the Cricket Wireless Defensive Player of the Game, Isaiah Wilkes, with us right here. What was that game like for you out there?
It was amazing. I think we really bring it. We really finished. That's what we were focused on all this week. I think we bring it.
You know what? Weirdly enough, your coach said that exact same thing to me during half.
Yeah, he's been preaching it all week. So I'm glad we executed.
You executed it very well, and we got to talk about it. 77 yards when you guys went up there, 34-14. That was a big play of the game for you.
Yes, ma'am, it was. I just was focused, man. I just wanted to win. That's how it's up.
It's just focus. They just want to win. Well, there you go. You are our offense player of the game. You are our defensive player of the game. What can we expect from you guys next week?
We're going to play even harder. We're going to give y'all a show. Play even harder. We're going to come out with victory.
They're going to come out with a victory. What do we get for you next week?
Hey, we're always trying to get better. I can only promise a good game.
We can only promise a good game. Got to check out Pattonville. We're going to throw it back to you, DJ and Randy.
All right, thank you, Angela. Thank you, Sam Sanderson, Isaiah Wilkes. That strip sack fumble recovery by Isaiah Wilkes was huge in this game, and obviously the 77-yard touchdown run by Sanderson early in the second half was a backbreaker.
No, in order to win games, defense got to make plays. He made a big-time play stripping the ball. Offensively, the big run was huge. When you talk about offensively and defensively and special teams, you got to give the total package to the Pattonville team. They did an outstanding job. They stayed within themselves. They played hard, and they made plays. Kirkwood has nothing to be ashamed of because they know, being the big dogs, guess what? They come after the big dogs.
41-35, Pattonville wins it over Kirkwood. That's Demetrius Johnson. I'm Randy Carricker. Thanks so much for joining us on our Bommarito Prep Zone High School Game of the Week. And for all of us, so long and have a good night, everyone.